As we mentioned, with that hip injury, a regular on the kickoff return unit is not in there, so it'll be Pitts and Hammonds back to return this one. For Illinois, it's Brett Larson to do the kicking off. Illinois employs about 3 different place kickers in different situations, and Larson handles the kickoff chores. They have a very good field goal kicker.
He's the biggest field goal kicker in the country. That's Richardson you're talking about. He's 6'4", 250.
Larson has it teed up at the 35, just about in the middle of the field, and we're ready to get this one underway at Beaver Stadium. A light rain coming down. The lights are on. And we're set to get it going. Larson approaches. Here's the kickoff, and we are underway at Beaver Stadium. High spinner. Goes down to Stephen Pitts at the 9-yard line. He's out to the 15, right up the middle at the 20. Gets out to the 21, and that's all. Goes backward from there. 1st and 10 for Penn State. They'll operate from their own 21-yard line. So the offense comes onto the field. Let's check for any late changes on that offense for the Nittany Lions. It is Barry Tealsh at center, and Kijana Carter is in the game to start it off at tailback. So Kijana's going to give it a go. 1st and 10. Penn State from their own 21-yard line. Ingram to the left, LaBarca to the right side. O'Neal and Carter in an I formation behind Kerry Collins. On 1st down, play action. Collins going to put it up on 1st down. He fires. This one is bounced to Chip LaBarca at the 33. Incomplete. 2nd down, 10 to go. That ball hit the ground about 5 yards before it got there.
Bad throw, Bill. It was just a play action on 1st down and curl LaBarca, the flanker, to the inside. He was wide open, but Kerry either it slipped or went down about 5 yards in front of him.
2nd down, 10 to go. Same setup again, except this time Ingram to the right. And Freddie Scott to the left side. Scott now in motion to the right. Ball is on the left hash mark. And on 2nd down and 10, the handoff to Kijana Carter off right tackle. He's out to the 25. He's to the 30 and 32-yard line. 1st down for Penn State. John Holisek made the tackle. But Kijana Carter rips off 11 yards on his first carry of the game.
You know, Bill, he doesn't look like he's running real fast, but suddenly pops out beyond the line of scrimmage, and he certainly doesn't look like that pip pointer is bothering him.
And that puts Kijana over 1,000 yards for the season. Came into this game at 997. So Kijana Carter is a 1,000-yard rusher, and boy, he joins some elite company there at Penn State. 1st and 10 Lions on 1st down. Handoff to Carter again. Off tackle to the right side. He's at the 35. He's at the 40. Runs over a man and then is run out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Dana Howard got him out of bounds, but strong running by Kijana Carter.
Well, we said it often. People don't realize how strong he is. That ball play was designed to go inside. He bounced it outside, used his left shoulder rather than a stiff arm, and got a few extra yards for another 1st down. Now, the strength of, we said before, of Illinois' defense is against the run.
1st and 10. Penn State at their own 43-yard line. Freddie Scott left. Bobby Ingram to the right side. I formation of the backfield. O'Neal and Carter. Handoff to Kijana again. Stutter steps to the line, then cuts to the left across the 45 and out to the 46-yard line. Taken down by Chad Kofer and Dana Howard. Kofer, the defensive tackle. Boy, Kijana Carter now in the company of names like Warner, Moore, Capoletti, Thomas, and Dozier.
Well, if he gets another 100-yard game today, he's going to go into more elite company. But Tilch is replaced really, and I thought he played well last week. He did a great job on their nose tackle, nose guard Johnson on that play.
2nd down and 6 to go after the gain of 4. Wide outs each way. Split set on the backfield this time. It's Collins back to pass. Lots of time. He's looking. Throws to the sideline. Incomplete. Going for a leaping receiver on the near side. As Bobby Ingram went up, couldn't get it. Robert Crumpton was on the coverage on Ingram.
He had all the time in the world. Excellent pass protection off play action. Good play selection. Got to keep them honest in that secondary. And Ingram was going to run a comeback pattern, and the ball just took off.
Freddie Scott comes into the game with the play from the sideline. Scott splitting left. Ingram to the right. That's the wide side of the field. Backs line up in a split set behind Kerry Collins. 3rd down and 6 to go. Penn State on their first offensive possession of the game. Collins is straight back to pass. He's looking. Now setting up screen. Dumps it off to Brian O'Neal. O'Neal is out to the 49-yard line. That's all. as he is knocked down by John Holisick, the inside linebacker. Shy of the first down, and Illinois' defense stiffens up, and Penn State will have to punt it away.
That was a little screen pass. They did a good job of reading that particular play. Last week, O'Neal made some, didn't get a lot of yardage, but he made a couple of important first downs after receptions by just hard running. Just missed it that time.
Back deep is Gary Volker, back at the 16-yard line, and V.J. Masillo will punt it away for Penn State. V.J. averaging just over 36 yards per punt coming into this game. So Penn State not able to get into Illinois territory on their first possession. V.J. gets the kick away. This is a high spiraling job. Goes to Volker at the 9-yard line. He's out to the 15 and out to the 18-yard line and blasted down there. Philyaboa Cody was the first man down on the special coverage, and Illinois will take over 1st and 10 of their own 18. No score in the game. We'll be back after this on the Penn State Sports Network.
The rules have changed about the way pickups are designed and equipped. Introducing the new Dodge Ram pickup. It's been completely redesigned to do all the things a truck should do well and more. The new Ram pickup is the only full-size with available anti-lock brakes at all 4 wheels. Plus, it has a standard driver's airbag that's fully effective when your seatbelt is worn. We've even added high-strength steel door beams. And to put you further at ease, there's available reclining seats with an adjustable lumbar support for the driver. Look behind the seat and you'll find an optional storage system with interchangeable bins and cargo netting. While at your fingertips, controls you can actually work with your work gloves on. Controls connected to a choice of powerful Magnum engines. Now, as a rule, all full-size pickups look pretty much alike. But the rules have changed. The new Ram pickup looks like nothing else, which is why you should see it at your Dodge dealer now.
So 1st and 10 for the Illini. Their opening possession will start at the 18-yard line. For Illinois, Greg Engel is the center. John Kerr and Derek Allen are the guards. Randy Bierman and Mike Suarez are the tackles. Their tight end, Ken Dilger, will start it off at tight end. The wide receivers, Jason Dulick and Jasper Strong. The quarterback is Johnny Johnson, the sophomore from North Chicago, Illinois. And it will be Ty Dothard and either Clinton Lynch or Kevin Jackson in the backfield. We'll check that tailback situation for you. But Ty Dothard, who is the redshirt freshman from Cincinnati, Ohio, leads the team in rushing, averaging 3.9 per carry. He has 6 touchdowns on the ground. He's also their leader in receiving. And now Illinois opens up with a 2 tight end offense. David Olson, the second tight end. Dothard, the lone running back. Both wideouts to the left, but now in motion right is Dulick. Johnny Johnson pitches back to Dothard, sweeping the right side. He's out to the 20, the 25, and out to the 28-yard line. Was that Todd Atkins who got over there to make the hit on him? Yep, Todd Atkins out there in a hurry, but a gain of about 10 yards.
Well, I can already tell you what Coach Tepper's philosophy is. He's going to 2 tight ends to take advantage of that changing they've had on the weak side there with their Holmberg, and now we had Killens out. And what he did, they ran right at him, and he came up a little too quick, and they cut it up inside.
Gain 9. It'll be a 2nd down and 1. Same setup again. Both wideouts left. One running back is Dothard. 2 tight ends again. And they've got the H-back set up now. But here's the hand up to Dothard behind his left guard. He gets out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. That's enough for a first down. Eric Clare making the tackle on the defensive line for Penn State. Brian Gelsheiser also there, but that's a first down for the Illini.
Well, they came in this game averaging 137 yards running per game. And if they can do that against Penn State, then we're going to have some problems.
Tioka Jackson, Eric Clare, Lou Benfatti, Todd Atkins across the front. Gelsheiser, Willie Smith, Philyaboa Cody are the linebackers. Wideouts each way. 2 tight ends, 1 running back again. 1st and 10 for Illinois at their own 31. Dulick in motion left. And here's the fake handoff, and Tioka Jackson spins down Johnny Johnson at the 18-yard line. Tioka Jackson picks up the sack, and he has got 6 on the season now.
Well, Bill, they were going to run a bootleg and try to hit a receiver up to on the sidelines, but Jackson, you can't play it any better than that. That's what he does best, rush the passer.
The loss takes the ball. Well, they mark it at the 21-yard line. It'll be a 2nd down and 20 to go as Tioka Jackson knocked down Johnny Johnson for the loss. Marlon Forbes and Shelly Hammonds are the corners now. Derek Bana and Lee Rubin, the deep man in the secondary. 2nd down and long for Illinois. They stay with the same setup. 2 tight ends, 1 running back, 2 wideouts. Here's Johnson. He's straight back to pass his time, setting up screen to the near side, completes it to Dothert. He's at the 20, at the 25, spins away from Gelsheiser. He's to the 30, the 35, and Derek Bana made the stop. It will be a third down now and 6 to go.
Well, it was a good call. It was a screenplay, not played very well by Penn State. That's the type of play they won the game with last week, and then Gelsheiser just kind of overran it. Nice move by Dothert, spinning back to the inside.
Third down play. Illinois has stayed with a 2 tight end set all the way so far. And this time, Bolter and Dulick split to the right side. Klein and Strong to the left. So here we go with a shotgun and 4 wide receivers. Dothert goes in motion out to the right side. Johnson takes the snap. He's back. He throws. This one is complete over the middle out to the 40-yard line. That might be a little short of the first down. Jasper Strong made the catch. Brian Gelsheiser made the tackle.
It's according to where they marked that ball. I think he's a little short, but he looks like a right foot, left foot.
First down.
First down. He gave it to him.
That draws a groan from the crowd here at Beaver Stadium. But first down, Illinois. Ball is just across the 40-yard line. We'll say it's at the 42. First and 10 for the Illini. They're draping a towel over the ball now in between plays to keep it dry. Strong splits wide right. Dulick to the left side. 2 tight ends again in the game. David Olson and Ken Dilger. Ty Dothert, the lone running back. Now Dulick in motion from left to right for Illinois. Johnny Johnson hands off to Dothert. He's chopped down. He fumbles the ball, and it's picked up by Marlon Forbes. Forbes is down to the 30-yard line where Johnny Johnson makes the tackle, but Penn State has the ball on the fumble recovery by Marlon Forbes.
Who made that hit? Somebody blitzed from the inside. Forbes was the fortunate to pick it up. He's the hero, but somebody really put a lick on Johnson.
It was Lou. Yeah, Lou Benfatti.
Big break for Penn State early. They have to do something about it because the weather is getting worse.
Second game in a row, Benfatti has done that. You remember last week against Indiana, he knocked the ball out of there after making penetration. So the Penn State offense comes on with a 1st and 10 at the Illinois 32-yard line. Ingram to the right side. Penn State comes out with the power set up now. Here's the pitch going back to Kajana. Off tackle to the right, cuts behind a block and gets down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Tim McLeod was there to make the tackle for the defense of Illinois. A gain of 3, 2nd down and 7 to go. And we have a player down for Penn State at the 29-yard line.
It's Kajana Carter down.
Kajana still down on the field, so Stephen Pitts comes on, and he came into the game with that hip injury. I don't know if he re-aggravated that or what.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes, you know, they get the wind knocked at him. It's very difficult to tell. They're not examining his hip at all. Looks more like the knee.
All right. Well, they're checking him out, and well, now Kajana is getting up and walking off the field. So, but while they take a break. And we'll be back right after this. No score in the game. Oh, wait a minute. We will stay here.
Yeah, you know, Phil, Kajana's one of those guys. This for you young players out running backs. He cut his hip pads down a little low, ends up with a hip pointer. They don't weigh that much, so keep them up where they belong. But I think Penn State has a feel that they can muscle Illinois' defensive down people. They're really not that big.
Kajana got off the field in a hurry. 2nd down and 7 to go. Stephen Pitts into the game now. And John Whitman is in at fullback for Penn State. Here's the handoff. Mike Archie, a tailback, takes it off tackle to the right side. He's down to the 20 and pulled down at the 20-yard line by Mike Russell. But that's a Penn State first down just inside the 20.
Beautiful cut by Archie. That's what's nice about having depth. One guy goes out, and the guy that comes in is almost as good. And what happened on that particular play, they got away with a face mask on that, but, you know, those things happen.
1st and 10 for the Lions. Deepest penetration of the game so far by either squad as Penn State is down inside the 20-yard line. A 1st and 10. We got 9 minutes and 5 seconds to go first quarter. Wide outs each way. I formation. Kerry Collins hands off to Archie again. Loses his footing in the backfield and slips down, but Tim McLeod was there to make sure he went down. A loss of 2 on the play. It'll be a 2nd down and 12 to go.
Well, we don't like to see that slipping, but McLeod is probably the quickest of the down linemen that they have. And this is a young Illinois defensive team, by the way.
Yeah.
Their strength is quickness.
They have no seniors starting on this defensive unit. Second down, 12 to go for the Nittany Lions. Both wideouts to the right now. LaBarca goes in motion to the left side. I formation in the backfield. Whitman and Archie. Hand off to Archie on the draw play. He's to the 20, to the 15, still going at the 10. He's at the 5. Archie, he fumbles the ball into the end zone. Scrambles for the ball in the end zone. Let's see what happens. Archie fumbled it into the end zone, and what will it be?
Well, looks like Penn State recovered. I don't know.
They'll
I won't call it
unstack
until I
him.
unstack it.
The officials...
He fumbled that crossing into the end zone.
The officials are getting everybody off of the ball, and the indication is touchdown, Penn State.
I don't know who's at the bottom of the pile, but I know Archie's going to go over and stand. It was LaBarca, Chip LaBarca, heads-up play by the senior flanker, because here's a guy going across that end zone stripe, and he fumbles it.
Mike Archie with a nice run from 22 yards out to get it down to the goal line. He was then hit, and the ball popped into the end zone where Chip LaBarca alertly scrambled on that ball.
Well, Bill, though, you tell him over and over again, get the ball in the outside arm away from the pursuit. He kept the ball. He's right-handed, kept the ball in his left hand, and everybody was taking a shot at it, and somebody finally stripped him. He was very fortunate.
Craig Fayak is on to attempt the extra point for the Nittany Lions. The snap is down. The extra point is up. It is solid and good. So Penn State takes a 7-0 lead with 8:18 to go first quarter. This time we will return right after this on the Penn State Sports Network. Penn State has a 7-0 lead in the first quarter as they knocked it in. We'll rule that one as a 22-yard run for Mike Archie, and then a fumble recovery for a touchdown for Chip LaBarca. So the 22 yards goes to Archie, but the touchdown goes to Chip LaBarca. And for high-quality color film processing in Lion Country, all you have to do is head to Rite Aid. Low prices and quality prints are guaranteed. That's a 32-yard drive, 4 plays for Penn State, and it was all set up by the jarred fumble as Lubin Fatty knocked the ball out of there, and Marlon Forbes recovered, and Penn State's offense took over from there.
Well, it's nice to see the Penn State's defense make some big plays like that and then have the offense take advantage of it.
Marcus Mosley and Gary Volker are the deep men for Illinois, standing at the 5-yard line. Brett Conway is the kickoff man for the Nittany Lions, as he has it teed up on the left hash mark. Conway approaches. Here's the kick. Spinning kick that goes down to the 8-yard line to Volker. He's out to the 15, to the 20, cutting to the right side to the 25. He's at the 30 and knocked out of bounds at a 36-yard line. And Illinois, with good field position, will take over from there. And Justin Williams was down to knock him out of bounds on the outside. 1st and 10 for the Illinois offense.
Bill, that kick was a little short, and you can't do that with Illinois because they got a great kickoff return team, and they've averaged about almost 26 yards per return.
The Illini offense onto the field for the second time in this game. First time they turned it over on a fumble. 2 wideouts, wide to the left side. Toriano Woods getting his first appearance in the game. Woods and Mosley wide to the left. Now the tight end shifts out to the right side and comes back. The handoff on the counter to Dothert. Cuts it up the middle, gets out to the 38-yard line. That's all. Only got about a gain of 2 on the play. Brian Gelsheiser Jeff Perry down on the bottom of the pile.
A little interesting finesse type of blocking by Illinois. They took the tight end, Dilger, put him in motion back to the formation as if he was going to block down on Tyoka Jackson, making Jackson want to move outside and then try to run up inside of him. But one of the linebackers filled the hole.
2nd down and 8 to go after the gain of 2. Clock is running, 7:35 to go first quarter. Wide outs each way, 1 running back again, and 2 tight ends. This time Johnson is straight back to pass. He's looking, still looking, has time, being flushed out of the pocket, now scrambling out to the right side. This is where he's dangerous. Loops one downfield, just threw that away. Couldn't find anybody open, and Johnny Johnson just chucked it out of bounds. It'll be a 3rd down and 8.
Great job by the secondary. You know, they had a bad week last week. Great job that time. As Johnson was scrambling back and forth, they all stayed with him. And, you know, he's way back 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. You can't do anything anyhow. He was forced to throw it away. 3rd down and 8 coming up, Bill.
Good play by the linebacker on the outside, George.
Sure.
He started on the blitz, but then read a screen coming and dropped back off.
That was Gelsheiser. They moved him outside, and then he played the screen, and then they played the scrambling after that.
3rd down play, Penn State with a regular 4-man front, 3 backers and 4 defensive backs. Shotgun formation and 4 wideouts for Illinois. Back to pass is Johnson. He's looking, now scrambling to the left side. He's going to run. Johnson is out to the 40 and 41. That's all. No first down there as Brian Gelsheiser piles on top of Johnson at the 41. So the Illini will have to punt it away. And so far, the Penn State secondary has been blanketing the Illinois receivers.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. Now, what they do, Holmberg and Smith alternate. Holmberg comes in on passing situations. He's rangier, and he does a little better job in a passing situation.
Forey Wells to punt it away, and they're going to fake it. Wells is rolling right, throws downfield. It is tipped, and it falls incomplete. So the fake punt pass attempt by Forey Wells is incomplete. Boy, George, you got to question that one.
Yeah, Bill, I have to think that Penn State knew they had that, because as soon as the rush came from the outside on the kick, the whole left side of Penn State's defensive line floated out towards the sidelines where they were going to run the quarterback out, the kicker, and throw from there. So that might have showed up on one of their prior films, or somehow they found out they had it. They played that too perfectly for not to know about it. That was well done.
So Illinois hands the ball back to Penn State at the 41-yard line of the Illini.
Much too early to gamble, but he might be worrying about the weather.
Wide outs each way, backs in a split set now. Archie is in the game at tailback. The handoff to Archie, sweeping left, follows a block by Hardings, cuts inside and gets down to the 36-yard line on the play. Robert Crumpton, the cornerback, sliced in and made the tackle. It'll be a 2nd down and 5 to go. Tyrone Washington was also there for the defense. And Crumpton, where that is Antoine Patton, who was also involved in the pileup, slow in getting up, and he will come to the sideline. So Jeff Arneson goes into the game in the secondary, and Patton comes out at safety.
They did something very unusual on defense that time. They double-teamed LeBarker on a wide side of field. Now, that might be one of their defensive strategies, double the receiver to wide side of field. And Ingram's getting single coverage into the boundary. So let's look for that later on.
2nd down, 5 to go for the Nittany Lions. Freddie Scott wide left. Ingram wide to the right side. Split set in the backfield again. O'Neal and Archie in the backfield. Kerry Collins on 2nd down. Same play. Hands it off to Archie, sweeping left. He turns the corner. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20, and down to the 16-yard line. John Holasek, the linebacker, trailed it all the way downfield to make the tackle. Mickey Johnson was also there for the defense of Illinois.
Well, Bill, we talked about it early in the beginning of the show. Penn State's offensive line is like an well-oiled machine. They are getting out. Their quickness is getting on the quick Illinois defense, getting man-to-man, macho, head-to-head with them, and just doing a super job for the running backs.
1st and 10, Penn State at the 17-yard line of Illinois. I formation in the backfield this time, both wideouts right. Hand off to Archie up the middle. Mike Archie down to the 10-yard line this time. Mickey Johnson and Tyrone Washington make the tackle for the defense, as Mike Archie has come on since Kijana Carter went out and has picked up 60 yards on 6 carries.
Looks very good today. You know, we know he's a good back, and so is Pitts. What they're doing, he broke that back up the middle, over the middle. We said that before. You get a team that pursues very well. Go at him, start out, and then break it back over the middle.
Penn State again, and this time another handoff to Archie. However, nowhere to go as he's hit in the backfield this time. Chad Kofer and Dana Howard with penetration coming through to make the stop. That'll bring on a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, Bill, they had 3. I thought they would try, to get that first down and get in a whole new series of downs. They went back to the short side, and then they had some penetration on that particular play. Good defensive play by Illinois.
Third down play for the Lions now. LaBarca to the left side, Bobby Ingram right.
Now, I think they'll throw the ball here. Ingram could run a quick slant.
Here is Collins back to pass. He's looking, throws to the outside, completes it to Chip LaBarca down at the 3-yard line. He makes the catch. Mike Russell makes the tackle, and Penn State makes a first down. So they have a 1st and goal from the 3-yard line.
And the rain's starting to come down very heavy. That was a great call and a great play by Chip LaBarca. He didn't worry about getting 6 points. He knew where the first down marker was. He pulled up, turned around, and Kerry fired the ball. Now they got a whole new series of downs on the 3.
Ball at the 4-yard line, and it'll be a first down and goal for the Nittany Lions. And now they bring in the big package. Brian Milne comes into the game, and they line up in a power I. Archie is also in there along with Milne and O'Neill. Hand off to Brian Milne. Off the left side, he spins. He's close to the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Penn State. Brian Milne, the 250-pounder, just bullet in for the TD.
He might be more than that, and I'm happy to see them do that. They're getting more and more confidence in Brian Milne because he hasn't played for a while. And when you get a big horse like that down near the goal line, use him. He ran that very well. He didn't rush it. Started out to the left, saw a little hole, cracked back, used his power, and took it into the end zone, dragging people.
Craig Fayak will come on to attempt the extra point as Penn State has scored again here in the first quarter of the game. 4:15 to go in the first quarter, and Fayak trying for point number 14. The snap is down. The extra point kick is up. It is solid. It is good. And Penn State now leads it 14-0 and will return right after this on the Penn State Sports Network. So the Nittany Lions lead it 14-0 in the first quarter. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Penn State Sports Network, a division of the American Network Group. Brett Conway to kick it back to either Marcus Mosley or Gary Volker, standing at the 5-yard line. One other game of interest going on right now. Notre Dame leads Florida State at halftime, 21-7. Wow.
Now, Bill, here's when specialty teams really come to fore. Now, Penn State is up by 14 early in the game. The weather's bad. The specialty teams can't make a mistake and give up a big play.
Conway to kick it off for Penn State. He has it lined up on the left hash mark. Volker is their top return man, averaging about 23 yards per kickoff return. Here is the kick by Conway. This one is deeper. It goes down to Volker at the 1-yard line. He's out to the 10, out the right sideline to the 20, to the 25. A flag down as Volker goes down at the 28-yard line. Mark Tate was there to make the final hit on Volker, but let's see what this flag is all about.
Well, I think they clipped Herring, who's very good on these kickoff return teams. I think he was clipped, and because he was yelling to the official, and that's what it was.
Illegal block against Illinois will drive them back even further in the hole. Now, the Illinois offense has been able to pick up a little bit of yardage, but, George, they fumbled the ball away. They gave the ball back to Penn State on a fake punt that went awry, and now they're in a hole. They have really dug themselves in this hole early.
Yeah, that second one, I mean, much too early to gamble, especially, with some of the things they've accomplished in the last couple of weeks.
Johnny Johnson comes onto the field to direct the offense of Illinois. Let's see where they stay with that two tight end offense that they've been running most of the way with Ty Dothert as their lone running back. Johnson so far 2 out of 3 passing for 21 yards. They line up with just one running back in the backfield, but he's behind his left offensive tackle. Both wideouts left, but now Dulick in motion to the right. Back to pass. Johnson throws to the outside. Nobody home. Trying to get Dulick on the timing pattern, but the rush was on.
He called it, Bill. They blitzed him. Smith came from the outside. He had to get rid of the ball. He just threw that away.
Had to throw it before Dulick made his break, and timing wasn't right.
What Penn State's doing, they're lining up in their defenses against that offense with no linebacker in the middle. They're moving the inside linebackers to the outside. You know, this is all taken off game films, and sooner or later, I think Illinois is going to have to try to run something up the middle.
Yaboa, Cody, Gelsheiser, Smith are the linebackers. Second down and 10 to go for Illinois. They're at their own 12. Here's the draw play to Dothert. Up the middle, he's out to the line of scrimmage. That's all. And there was a fumble on the play, and the Lions say they have it. Let's see what the officials say.
Don't go by the players, go by the officials.
They'll unstack them again and get to the bottom of the pile and see who's got the ball.
Bill, the ball's getting slippery. It's that type of a rain.
Boy, they are wrestling at that bottom of the pile, I'll tell you that. Willie Smith is down there on the bottom of the pile.
Penn State, the players are all getting jubilant.
Oh, now they say it is Illinois ball. The Penn State players, Eric Clare came up with the ball, but the officials said no, it's Illinois ball, second down.
Well, we're up here, so we really can't make any definitive judgment, Pud.
It'll be a third down play and 10 to go. The officials ruled that Dothert was down when the ball came out. Third down and 10 to go. Shotgun formation with 4 wide receivers for Illinois. Johnny Johnson standing back at the 7 waiting for the snap. He takes it. He's back to pass. He's looking. Throws to the right sideline. Incomplete. Coverage on the far sideline on Jason Dulick. And it'll be a punting situation, and they'll have to let it go from deep in their own end.
Great defense, Bill. Now, that's what you can do. If you make Johnson, you keep him in that pocket, you make him pick out receive. He's not a precision passer. There was a terrific coverage on that play, and Penn State has a chance to get excellent field position.
Furry Wells is into the game to kick it out of his own end zone. He gets the kick away. Bobby Ingram waits for it, has to drift all the way back to his own 40-yard line, makes the grab and starts the return. He's to the 45, the 50, the 45. He's at the 40, 35, 30. Ingram at the 25, the 20. Steps inside and is taken down at the 15-yard line. David Olson made the tackle. And a flag down at the line of scrimmage.
It was piling on.
Well, no, that flag is at the line of scrimmage on the far sideline like somebody was offside.
Well, I was watching our return team. I didn't see anybody from Penn State go offside. I think it's Illinois because, it's illegal procedure.
A 45-yard return by Bobby Ingram. It's illegal procedure against Illinois. So the return stands, and Penn State has it 1st and 10 at the Illinois 15-yard line.
Doesn't he look more and more like McDuffie every week? That was a brilliant return. First of all, there was coverage there. It was high. It's misty and foggy. How he picked that ball out of the lights is beyond me, and made a super return. But when you have a return on, you seldom get offside because the defensive people, in their anxiety to set up a fence, they just touch and they release to the side of the wall's going to be set up.
3 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the first quarter. Penn State leads it 14-0, and you're in prime position again to knock another one in.
Well, they haven't been able to put people away, the last few weeks. So here's an opportunity to get another one here. And with the weather as it is, they have tremendous leverage.
Phil Collins in at wide out, splits wide right. LaBarca to the left side, but the handoff goes to Archie off tackle to the left. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. He's in for the touchdown. Mike Archie, a 15-yard run. Penn State scores again in the first quarter.
Bill, I have not seen in a long time such precision blocking on the line of scrimmage by an offensive line. Give Coach Service, who's the offensive line coach, and who's ever working with him, tremendous plaudits. This is precision blocking. This is crisp and as good as you can get on a rainy, slippery field. Everybody's taking their man one-on-one. Brady did a super job blocking from the tight end position. He has to be one of the better blocking tight ends in the country.
Jeff Harding's pulled out in front of that play. And Craig Fayak on to attempt his third extra point of the first quarter. Snap is down. The extra point kick is up. It is solid. It is good. And Penn State leads at 21-0 with 3:08 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back right after this on the Penn State Sports Network. Well, Brett Conway will kick it away again. He's getting a workout here in the first quarter. Penn State has scored on a fumble recovery in the end zone by by Chip LaBarca after a Mike Archie 22-yard run. Brian Milne ran one in from 4 yards out. Mike Archie a 15-yard run. And Penn State will kick it back to Illinois again. Mike Archie 8 carries and 73 yards in the first quarter. Here's Conway's kick, another deep shot that goes to Volker, 3-4 yards deep in the end zone. He won't bring this one out, so with each successive kick, Conway is kicking him deeper and deeper.
Well, that's what momentum is. That's how it's created. But you know what happens sometimes? Penn State's hurting on defense, and the offense knows they have to turn it up another notch, and that's what they're doing today. I haven't seen them look this running game look this good in a long time. And Kajan is not the guy, you know. It's not individual effort. It's just a team effort. Beautiful. It's nice to watch.
Penn State now with some changes in the secondary. Josh Kroll and Tony Pittman are in there. Jeff Perry in on the defensive line. So is Vin Stewart.
It almost forces Illinois to start throwing a little bit more.
Yeah. 1st and 10. They stay with the 2 tight ends. Olsen and Dilger are the 2 tight ends. The handoff to Ty Dothert off tackle to the right side. He's out to the 25. He's out to the 30. And Derek Bana makes the tackle at the 32. A gain of 12 for Ty Dothert and a first down for Illinois.
That's what we call a linebacker on the inside got caught up in the wash. He retreated because somebody got blown off the line of scrimmage and he couldn't get there. He has to fill that.
Derek Bana made the tackle. Bana is one of the leading tacklers on the defense of Penn State, 4th in tackles for the Lions.
You got Perry in there now as one of the down boys.
I formation in the backfield for the first time in this game. They go with 2 running backs and the handoff to the deep back. And that was Dothert in the deep position, and he gets across the 35 and out to the 38-yard line. Tyoka Jackson makes the tackle on him. So Dothert, who normally is the fullback, lines up as the deep back in that situation. Gain of 6 yards on first down, 2nd down and 4. We're down to 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first quarter with Penn State leading it 21-0. Wide outs each way, 2 tight ends again with Dothert in the backfield. On 2nd down, Johnny Johnson has him ready to go. Takes the snap, hands it to Dothert again. He's dancing at the line, cuts out to the right, gets to the 39, and he is hit there as Shelly Hammonds came up strong from the secondary. Yeah. Jeff Perry also drifted over, and no gain on the play. It'll be a 3rd down and 4 to go.
And Smith did a good job, too. They strung it out. What they're actually trying to do right now, Illinois, is Penn State likes to overload to the wide side of the field. They're running back to the short side, but Penn State was there. And as you said, Hammonds made a real play, nice play, shook off the blocker and came up and made the tackle.
3rd down, 4 to go now for the Illini. See if they shift into the shotgun formation this time. They line up with the 4 wideouts, and here we go with the shotgun again. 2 wideouts left, 2 to the right side. Johnson, a quarterback, waiting for the snap from Greg Engel. 3rd down play. He's back to pass. The blitz is on. He throws to the near side. It is incomplete. Again, the heat was really on Johnson, and it's incomplete. It'll be a 4th down punting situation. Gary Volker, the intended receiver.
And that time it was Holmberg who came on the blitz from that linebacker. You see what it does? He sees him coming. He's waiting for the receiver to make the break. He has to rush to throw, and he overthrew him. Penn State gets the ball back.
Bobby Ingram, who had a 45-yard return on his last one, is back at his own 28-yard line.
That was
and this time
punt.
It's Larson to punt for Illinois. High, spiraling kick. Ingram takes it at his own 24, starts the return to the left side. He's out to the 30-yard line and then goes backward from there. First man down, John Sadari. 1st and 10 for the Penn State offense. They started off from their own 31-yard line. 1st and 10 with exactly a minute to go in the first quarter.
Well, they got to, if Illinois is going to get back into the game, they have to stop Penn State from running to that left side. And when they show strength, they run into the weak side, kicking out that weak side linebacker, which I think they call their eagle linebacker, and just making tremendous chunks of yardage. And sometimes then, of course, they alternate and go to Kyle Brady's side.
John Whitman and Mike Archie in the backfield in the eye. Wide outs to each side on 1st and 10. And now Chip LaBarca in motion from left to right. Hand off to Archie. Takes it straight up the middle and bounces to the left side. He's at the 35. He's at the 40 and out to the 44-yard line. Dana Howard and John Holisick combine on the tackle. That's a pickup of 13 yards for Mike Archie. He's closing in on 100 yards for the game here in the first quarter.
You know, Bill, that time, the tight end, Brady's into the sidelines, okay, which is, you don't like to put your strength into the sidelines, but they did. He starts up the middle. Somebody hits him. I don't know who hit him. He bounces into the outside, makes a big gain. He looks sharp today.
First down, 10 to go for the Lions at their own 44-yard line. This time, Freddie Scott in motion from left to right. Kerry Collins hands it off up the middle to John Whitman. Whitman just buries his head into the middle of the line and picks up perhaps 2 yards on the play. You're talking Mickey Johnson and Chad Kofer in the middle of that line, and John Holisick, the inside linebacker.
Well, that's the first carry for the fullback outside of Milton's touchdown, and that's to keep the defense honest. And it becomes a key breaker on your tailback.
Picked up 2 yards, 2nd down and 8 to go. We may not get another one off before the end of the first quarter here, and what a first quarter it has been for the Nittany Lions. 3 touchdowns in quarter number 1. They recovered a fumble and took it in. A fake punt went the other way, and Penn State took that in, and then a big punt return by Bobby Ingram, and Penn State took it in from there. It's 21-0 as we end up the first quarter of play here at Beaver Stadium. Penn State leading, and we'll be back after this on the Penn State Sports Network. We start the second quarter with the Lions with the ball and a 2nd down and 8 to go on their own 46-yard line. Some first quarter numbers, and boy, I'll tell you what, that running game. 121 rushing yards in the first quarter of the game for Penn State. Mike Archie has over 80 yards in the first quarter. He has more yards in the first quarter of this game than the Illinois defense have been giving up per game on average the entire season.
Well, and Kajana hasn't played that much, but they haven't missed a beat. Now is a great time with the running going like that to go with a play action pass here on a 2nd and 8 situation and try to get a deep reception, maybe a touchdown. And with the weather getting increasingly worse as the game goes on, you might put it out of reach, but excellent time for play action.
Kerry Collins has thrown the ball only 3 times in this game. He's 1 out of 3 passing for 8 total yards. The Illinois offense has really been clamped. 9 rushing yards, 21 passing for a total of 30 yards. in the first quarter of the game for Illinois. Penn State's touchdowns coming. The first one, kind of a strange play, as Mike Archie took off on a draw play and looked like he was headed in for the touchdown, but was hit and fumbled right at the goal line. Ball squirted into the end zone, and Chip LaBarca covered up on it for the Penn State touchdown. After that, Brian Milne on a 4-yard run for the TD, and Mike Archie on a 15-yard run for a touchdown. All that in the first quarter made it 21-0. And you still look back at that fake punt, George, and say, why did Lou Tepper try to do that at that point in the game? And that field position, they had about a fourth down and 5 at their own 40.
40-yard line. I just think that he thought he was going to surprise Penn State. Maybe he thinks he's got to take a lot of risks to win. Maybe he was affected by the weather getting increasingly worse. I don't know. But it was a bad call.
Second down play. Justin Williams wide right. Ingram to the left, but here's the draw play to Archie again. He slips in the backfield and goes down for about a loss of a yard on the play, covered up by Chad Kofer, but he went down on his own, really. Third down and 9 to go now for Penn State from their own 45-yard line.
Let's see if they go to Kyle Brady on this now. You see, that's why I say 2nd and 8 is a better play action passing down. Now on 3rd and 9 actually it is. They'll probably go drop back, but yeah, they're showing split backs.
Rain is coming down pretty heavy here at Beaver Stadium right now. Third down play. Kerry Collins is back to pass. He has time. He throws to the sideline, incomplete. And Chip LaBarca did not turn around, kept streaking up the sideline. Not sure who that was intended for. Fourth down.
I think he threw it to Brady, and it was a bad decision because Brady was covered. They dropped the linebacker off him on man, and Kerry made a bad decision on it.
So V.J. Masillo will come on to punt it away. Gary Volker drops deep for Illinois. He's back at the 20-yard line. Brad Pantal is the snapper for Penn State. V.J. will let this go from his own 31-yard line. Here is the snap. It's a good one. Flag is down as Masillo gets the kick away. End-over-end kick goes to Volker at the 18-yard line. Starts the return. He's out to the 20. He's to the 25 and 27. Willie Smith spins him down at the 27. Let's see what that flag is all about back at the line of scrimmage.
I didn't see that one, Bill. Brian Miller, number 34, was down here in a hurry, but he missed the tackle.
Illegal motion, the call against Penn State, so we could have a re-kick here. Let's see what Illinois decides to do. They ended up with the ball at their own 28-yard line.
Well,
I think they're going to take the ball.
Well, especially with the weather as it is. Why make your punt returner field another ball? It's misty and foggy, and the ball comes out of the lights.
Yep.
And it's raining, and you could have a fumble.
And the way that their luck has been going so far, they might as well take the ball here, and they will do that. They'll take it 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line. The score, 21-0. Penn State leads it. Illinois has the ball 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And we have a break in the action. We'll return right after this on the Penn State Sports Network. First and 10, Illinois on first down. The inside screen goes to Volker underneath, but he is hit at about the line of scrimmage and dives ahead to the 30 for a gain of 2 on the play. They tried that inside wide receiver screen. Tioka Jackson was right in the middle of it, though, and made the tackle.
Boy, Penn State's defense is playing awfully well. They had a strong rush from the outside. He dumped it off, and he was lucky even to make 2 on that.
Brian Miller is into the game at cornerback now for Penn State as they are rotating in some fresh people on defense. Second down and 8 to go. Wideouts each way, 2 tight ends, 1 running back. That's Ty Dothert. On second down, Johnny Johnson is back to pass. 4-man rush by Penn State. He's looking, throws to the near side, completes it to his tight end, Olsen. Olsen is hit by Holmberg, and he gets ahead to the 38-yard line. That'll be close to a first down, and depending on where the spot is here, it'll be, I believe, a third down and short.
Well, he's a big tight end. Holmberg actually had a hold of him about 2 yards short, and he dragged Ron close to the first down. They're going to measure.
They'll bring the chains in across the field. Not a capacity crowd here at Beaver Stadium, as you might expect for the weather conditions here today. And I think the weather has turned out to be a lot worse than we all expected. The initial weather forecast had been calling for maybe a break in the cloudiness this afternoon and just some intermittent showers, but we've had steady rain throughout the game and dark skies.
They're a bit short, Bill, maybe about 6 inches.
Third down, very short yardage for Illinois at their own 38-yard line. 13:21 to go till halftime. Penn State up 21-0.
You know, Bill, that when a team comes in and deploys 2 tight ends and motion like that, they must have had in their game plan. They thought they could run against Penn State's defense.
Marcus Mosley and Toriano Woods split to the left side. Dothard the lone setback. The 2 tight ends again for Illinois. Now Woods in motion to the right. Quarterback sneak by Johnny Johnson. He's got the first down as he just went behind his left guard, Derek Allen, and picked up about a yard or 2 on the play. They'll have a 1st and 10 at their own 40.
An awful lot of movement to go for a quarterback sneak, but you know, Penn State right now will let them let Illinois go for short stuff. They're not going to give up a big play.
First down for Illinois. Again, they drape a towel over that ball in between plays to try to keep it as dry as possible. Illinois up to the ball. Marcus Mosley splits wide to the right side. Jasper Strong into the game is wide to the left. And Ty Dothard is the lone running back. The handoff to Dothard. Off tackle to the right side. Tyoka Jackson had it all jammed up. And the stop is made at about the line of scrimmage. We'll call it a 2nd down and 10 to go. So Tyoka really standing his ground that time.
Oh, yeah, he played that trap, squeezed it to the inside, and his fellow buddy over there, Ben Fatty, came in and finished it off. Nice little nutcracker type of a move.
Ah, the old nutcracker move. Yep.
Yeah, I think it nuts because I'm working up here with a few.
On 2nd down, Woods splits wide left, Mosley wide right. And they line up with both tight ends on the left side of the formation. Dilger as the H-back. He now goes in motion out to the left and comes back in a couple steps. Johnson is back to pass. He's looking. Being flushed out of the pocket, running to the right side, has some room. He gets to the 45 and steps out of bounds. And it'll be a 3rd down and still about 5 to go for the first down as Johnny Johnson picked up a few on the scramble.
A lot of holding on that play. You know, it sounds like a homer, but we call them the way we see them. But sometimes the officials don't catch everything.
Jeff Perry is in on that defensive line again. Of course, he's going to see a lot of action with Eric Ravati out of this one, and Todd Atkins had to start the game there, but they'll rotate people in and out. It's Perry, Ravati, Stewart, and Tyoka Jackson on the defensive line now. Terry Killens also into the game now at linebacker.
A lot of these guys will be back next year. Now, if Illinois can't convert here, it is going to be a big thing for them. Big disappointment.
Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right side, and Dothard in motion. Back to pass is Johnson. He's under pressure, scrambling left, loops one downfield. It is caught by Jason Dulick at the Penn State 43-yard line, and he dives down, makes the grab, and that'll be a 1st down there for the Illini.
Well, he scrambled. That's when he hurt you. He got outside of the pocket. When it's missed, I don't know, had contained to try to do a reverse spin, but he had too much speed, and he hooked up with the receiver on the sideline. It was pretty close to bouncing.
I'll tell you, though, George, you mentioned it on the last play. It looked like somebody had a handful of jersey on that one, too, that enabled Johnson to get around to the outside. 1st down and 10, Illinois at the 43 of Penn State, their deepest penetration of the game. Wideouts each way, 1 running back, Dothard. Johnson, though, going to put it up on 1st down. He's back to pass, has good protection this time. Now he's sacked and the ball is popped out of there. Tyoka Jackson trying to pick it up. It's still loose. Now it's scooped up, and running downfield is Terry Killens. He's at the 35, the 30. He is tripped up but still going. He's to the 25 and knocked down by Johnny Johnson at the 24-yard line.
See, Bill, that fumble was in the backfield and moving backwards so they could pick it up, and that was definitely a clean play. I thought the official was going to call the quarterback down, which he was not when he fumbled. Big break for Penn State, but it shows how Killens can run. He almost ran away and took it in for the touchdown. Good job by Jackson, but I would yell at him, fall on the ball, Tioka. You're a tackle, you're not a running back. Try to pick it up and run it in.
It was Jeff Perry who made that sack to pop the ball out of there. Tioka Jackson couldn't pick it up. Killens may have gone all the way, but someone just got a piece of his ankle to trip him up and slow him down a bit.
That's known as a heel tackle, but things are going Penn State's way, let's face it.
Second fumble by Illinois that turned the ball over to the Nittany Lions. 1st and 10 for Penn State at the 24 of Illinois. Handoff to Mike Archie, breaks it back against the grain to the right side. He's down to the 20 and 19-yard line. Kevin Hardy gets up off the bottom of the pile. Mickey Johnson was also there for the defense of Illinois. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
You know, football is such a game of fine points. For some reason, Archie runs well on a wet field.
Yep.
Because had the tight end to the sideline, started up the middle, no place to go, and he really put on a burst of speed and made some yardage.
O'Neal and Archie in the eye, wide outs each way. Justin Williams right, Bobby Ingram left. Handoff to Archie again around the right side. He's down to the 15 and dives down to the 13. Enough for a Penn State first down. Antoine Patton, the first man to make contact with him. And it'll be a Penn State first down.
Mr. Brady again, tight end to the sidelines with a flanker. Now they run the flanker off so the cornerback can't come up quickly and make the tackle, and Brady does his thing. He's tough on that outside linebacker, and the jerseys are getting dirty, and they have 51, 52, and 50 out there, so it's difficult to pick out the defensive players right now.
1st and 10, Penn State at the 13-yard line of Illinois. Handoff to Archie again for the 3rd straight time. This time he runs right into Tyrone Washington at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be a 2nd down and 10 to go. For you Penn State fans, Kijana Carter did start the game, but was shaken up early in the game and had to leave. Mike Archie has come on to go crazy. He has almost 100 yards now in the first half of the game.
Well, I think there's another reason. I think Kijana could play, but we have a commanding lead right now, and they're running the ball. Now, that time they ignored Kerry Collins. If Penn State runs a bootleg, he could walk into the end zone.
2nd down, 10. Wide outs each way. Ingram right, Scott left. Now Freddie Scott goes in motion to the right side. Handoff to Archie again. Cuts it up the middle. He's down to the 10 and 8-yard lines. Dana Howard.
Bill, they can make a first down on about the 4, and they actually have 2 downs to make it. Let's see what they do here.
Mike Archie now over 100 yards for the game, 101 yards on 14 carries in the first half, and Kerry Collins has only thrown the ball 4 times in the first half.
And again, Illinois was one of the better defensive teams in the country coming into this ball game.
3rd down play for Penn State. Wide outs each way. Splits out of the backfield now. Kerry Collins on 3rd down, has everybody ready to go. He hands off to Archie again, off right tackle. Archie is at the 5. He's down to the 2. He's in for a touchdown. He just ran over the last man to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State.
Bill, but that was, again, that's precision blocking. They run to the tight end from a split backfield. Split backfield, usually Penn State would pass down here. Illinois, strategy-wise, goes for the pass. Kyle Brady makes a great block. And who was the other running back in there at that time?
Brian O'Neal.
Brian O'Neal just kicked out the corner, man. And it was, what a hole was there. They pull Harding's, Hastings the guard. Just a precision offensive football.
And Archie just ran over Robert Crumpton to get in for the touchdown. Craig Fayak is on to attempt the extra point. The snap is down. The extra point kick is up. It's solid. It's good. Penn State now leads it 28-0 with 9:06 to go till halftime. We'll return after this on the Penn State Sports Network. Well, we've got 9 minutes and 6 seconds to go till halftime. Penn State has done it all on the ground, which is a surprise against Illinois. And Mike Archie already over 100 yards rushing. He has 2 touchdowns, really almost 3 touchdowns, but that one he fumbled at the goal line in and was recovered by Chip LaBarca for the touchdown. But Mike Archie has come on in relief of Kijana Carter and really done the job. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Penn State Sports Network, a division of the American Network Group. Brett Conway will kick it back. Gary Volker and Marcus Mosley are back at the 5-yard line again. And at halftime, our guest is going to be Penn State wrestling coach Johnny Fritz. The Nittany Lion Grapplers prepare to face Navy tomorrow at 2 p.m. as Penn State gunning for what they hope will be an outstanding season, and it should be.
I hear somebody bitch about
Penn State to kick it away now. Brett Conway has it lined up on the 25 and 30. Couple of flags go down, however, as Mosley returned it out to the 20. Willie Smith down there for the Penn State coverage unit. Let's see what this flag is about, though. Usually an illegal block.
It's the same as the one before. It's on they clipping Herring because he's the first guy down there, holding or clipping whatever one, and they're calling it. The officials are really on top of everything.
Holding the call, and again the Illini will have to start out of a hole.
You know, the way Archie's running, Kijana Carter's going to get well a lot quicker.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have a backup back like that. But
sure is.
I can't repeat enough times how well that offensive line's playing. That right side with Kyle Brady's been devastating so far.
I'll tell you what, he has lined up on the highly regarded Simeon Rice, and we haven't called his name once in this game.
Well, they were comparing him to Lawrence Taylor.
1st and 10, Illinois. Both wideouts left. They line up now in an I formation in the backfield, but what the up back in the I is actually a tight end. Here's the handoff to Dothert, off tackle to the left side, runs into Brian Gelsheiser and Willie Smith out at the 15-yard line for a gain of 6 yards on the play. It'll be a 2nd down and 4 to go.
Now, here's a time when defensively you get a little bit more conservative, but not too conservative, because you almost know that they have to throw the football to get back in this game.
Craig Coaster checks into the game at tight end for Illinois, so he and Ken Dilger are the 2 tight ends. That time they had the I formation in the backfield, but the up back was actually David Olson, the tight end, and now they line up in that same setup again with Craig Coaster. And for Illinois, so he and Ken Dilger are the 2 tight ends. That time they had the I formation in the backfield, but the up back was actually David Olson, the tight end, and now they line up in that same setup again with Craig Coaster, or Ken Dilger rather, as the up back in the I. Wide outs each way. Johnson hands off to Dothert again up the middle. No room this time as he is swarmed under. And again, Brian Gelsheiser leading the defensive charge. Lou Benfatti also coming in from underneath to put a clamp on that play. It'll be a 3rd down and 4.
Bill, I'm trying to figure out some of the strategy here from Illinois. When you put a big tight end in the backfield as a fullback, normally you're telling everybody we're going to run the ball. We want to use his power as a blocker. So the defensive people, they're going to attack. They get, a little reckless. They're going to plug up inside, pinch inside, do a little stunning, and that's what's happening.
3rd down play, 4 to go. They line up in this 4 wide receiver shotgun set again with Dothert in the backfield, but he now goes in motion to the left side. Johnson takes the snap, he's back. He dumps one off over the middle. A juggling catch is made at the 19-yard line. Brian Gelsheiser makes the stop on Ty Dothert, but that should be a 1st down for Illinois. Yep, right at the 1st down sticks. 1st and 10, Illini at their own 19.
That ball bounced out of his hands and it came back in, made the 1st down. But again, as I said, Penn State will let them do that. They're going to just make sure they don't want it to happen what happened last week.
Yeah.
They get up and somebody throws a 99-yard pass or a 57-yard pass.
7 minutes and 20 seconds to go till halftime. The Nittany Lions lead 28-0 over the Fighting Illini.
You can see the cushion the cornerbacks are giving him.
1st down, the blitz is on. Johnson throws to the near side for Jason Dulick. Ball bounces off his hands, but Shelly Hammonds had something to do with that because he was right there to drill him as the ball got there.
Well, with the weather as it is and the way Penn State's playing, you know, that's a tough throw. We said before in the beginning of the game that you keep Johnson in the pocket, he shouldn't hurt you too much.
Penn State was coming with a blitz that time. Now, Willie Smith goes out of there and Rob Holmberg comes in. This is what they do in passing situations.
This is the most blitzing we've seen all year by Penn State's defense, and been very effective so far.
Penn State with that starting defensive line in there now of Atkins, Benfatti, Clare, and Jackson. Second down and 10 to go. Some motion by the H-back. Back to pass Johnson. Flags down. Tyoka Jackson might have been offside. Now Johnson scrambling to the left side. He steps out of bounds at the 23-24 yard line. But I think Tyoka might have went just a beat too early.
He just jumped the gun a little bit. He can do that once in a while. That's why he's a pretty good pass rusher, but you got to allow for that.
They will take the penalty and have a second down and 5 to go instead of a second down and 10.
Right now, Illinois doesn't seem to know what they want to do. You know, they're trying a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and Penn State's people in the line of scrimmage are getting off the ball much quicker than Illinois' offensive line.
Plus, it throws your game plan out the window, doesn't it, George? Can you still stay with your game plan trailing 28-0?
Well, not unless you got a really well-balanced game offense where you can throw when you have to and get some first downs, and you also run. If they don't have a precision passing game, so if they're going to have to try to run it, which was their strength really offensively against Penn State. It's going to be tough because we play the run very well.
Second down, 5 to go. This time both wideouts split wide to the left side. Dulick and Strong are both on that side. Dothert the lone setback. Two tight ends again, both on the right side of the formation, and Dulick in motion to the right. Johnny Johnson hands off on the counterplay to Dothert up the middle. He is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go. Completely stuffed as Penn State had Todd Atkins and Lou Benfatti all around the ball. So it'll be a third down and 5+ to go. If you're taking Christmas present suggestions for Coach Joe Paterno, boy, you could suggest buying him one of those big Indiana Jones hats, George. How about that? He's getting a soaked head again out there.
Well, we've given up talking to him about it, So what's the point, At least it proves he doesn't dye his hair because it would be coming out with all that rain.
Why don't you give him one of your many Greek fisherman hats you have, George? You have a complete stock of those.
He wouldn't know what to do with it.
Oh. Third down and 5 to go. Here's the shotgun and the 4 wideouts again for Indiana. Johnny Johnson waiting 5 yards back from center, takes the snap. Penn State with just a 3-man rush. Johnson throws over the middle. It is incomplete. Good coverage, 30-yard line. The intended receiver was there, and Rob Holmberg was there to make sure he went down right away. Jim Klein, the intended receiver, getting up slowly, and it'll be a punting situation.
Well, Holmberg and Gelsheiser had a sandwich on that. He was right between them, and the ball was thrown behind him. I was going to say one more time that you keep Johnson in the pocket, he's not going to hurt you too much.
So a punting situation for the Illini. Forey Wells is into the game, and Bobby Engram is back deep for Penn State at his own 38-yard line. 1st and 10. Wells standing at the 10-yard line. Takes the snap from center. Penn State sets up return. A low driving kick. It's deep, but returnable. Here's Engram starting from his own 24-yard line. Goes to the right side. He's at the 30 of the 35 and out to the 37-yard line. Boy, it looked like he could have cut outside and gotten more yardage. He elected to go inside and got out to the 37, and Gary Volker was down there to make the tackle.
Bill, he ran inside the post of the fence. He goes outside. He's still running. Now you hit it right on the head. He didn't see it, that's all. I'm surprised they can field punts that well with that mist and fog and the lights. You put it all together, it's glaring.
Penn State leading this one 28-0 with 5:53 to go till halftime, and there's a break in the action, and we'll take a break. Back after this on the Penn State Sports Network. Penn State with a 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line after the Ingram punt return. Andre Johnson is in on the offensive line now for Penn State, as they begin to work some other people in there. Andre Johnson in for Derek Pickett. Johnson, the 285-pounder from Southampton, New York.
You know, Bill, there's all speculation for those people who like to go out there on hypothetical situations. Penn State looks so much sharper after a tough game with Indiana. See, we talked about this before. Compared to the games they came off the open date there.
Yeah.
They look much sharper.
Brian Milne is into the game at fullback for Penn State, and into the game at tailback now is Stephen Pitts as Archie gets a break. Here's a broken play, and Kerry Collins just decides to roll out to the right and run out of bounds at the 33-yard line, so he'll take a loss of 4 on the play. Chad Kofer was in hot pursuit, but that was a busted play.
Definitely a busted play, Bill, and Kerry did what you should do. He knew he missed the handoff, so he kept it and ran to the sidelines and got out of bounds.
2nd down and 14 to go for Penn State from their own 33-yard line. LaBarca and Ingram the wideouts. Bobby Ingram splits right, LaBarca to the left side. Milne and Pitts in the I formation behind Kerry Collins.
Yeah, Osama is in there at tight end.
On 2nd down, Collins fakes the handoff. He's looking to throw, fires outside, and completes it out to the 37-yard line. Tyrone Washington came up quickly to make the hit on Brian Milne, but Milne holds on. It'll be a 3rd down and a little more than 10 to go as they get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Went for the short man, the fullback coming out, but he's having trouble throwing the ball, and I'm sure it's because of the slickness and all the moisture.
3rd down play, passing situation for the Lions. Stephen Pitts goes out of the game now, and Archie checks in.
They like the draw play on this, and they've been running the draw play as well as anybody.
Split set in the backfield, wideouts each way. Fake handoff, Kerry Collins looking to throw. He fires downfield over the head of Bobby Ingram, who was trying to split the zones. Incomplete. 4th down. Penn State will have to punt it away.
He was open, Bill. He was open. That was a bad throw, and it's hard to criticize because of the weather situation.
Yeah. So a punting situation for Penn State. V.J. Masillo on to punt. Gary Volker drops deep for Illinois. Back at his own 25-yard line. Winds have kind of died down. We still have some wind going here, but not real strong. V.J. will let it go from his own 25-yard line. Waits for the snap from center. There it is. It's a good one. Masillo gets the kick away. High fluttering kick. Volker takes it at his own 29-yard line, returning to the right side. He's out to the 38, and bang! Nailed by Brian Gelsheiser and Willie Smith. And he goes straight backward from there. 1st and 10, Illinois. They'll mark it at their own 38-yard line. So the Illini try to get something going on offense here. They trail 28-0, and we'll be back right after this word on the Penn State Sports Network.
Thank you, sir.
So the Illini offense, which has not been able to generate much of anything on the ground or through the air, will have it 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. They were in Penn State territory once in this game.
Now, Bill, both quarterbacks are having trouble throwing the ball. It has to be because of the moisture. But Penn State's running game is so far superior than Illinois' right now. It's not funny.
Penn State is substituting on defense again on the defensive line now. Todd Atkins, Chris Mazik, Eric Clare, and Jeff Perry. The linebackers are Rob Holmberg, Terry Killens, And right now they have 5 defensive backs in the game, George. Miller,
Yeah.
Kroll, Bana, Forbes. No, Gelsheiser's in there, so regular setup.
Yeah, it's a regular, but you know what they're doing? They're reacting to the ball much better, number one. Of course, the weather helps it. And also they're tackling much better. And Gelsheiser has become a standout lineman.
2 wide outs, wide to the left side for Illinois. Woods and Mosley are wide left. Both tight ends lined up on the right side of the formation. Dilger is the H-back. Play action. Johnson back to pass. He's under pressure. He'll scramble up the middle. He's to the 40, the 45, the 50, 45 of Penn State, the 40, and down to the 35 where Marlon Forbes forces him out of bounds. So a scramble of 26 yards, and they're down at Penn State 35-yard line.
That's just a nice play by Johnson. Penn State had some heat on him. He saw it. It was coming from the outside. Saw a lane to his left to the inside. Stepped up and showed his running ability. Just a nice play by the quarterback.
Johnny Johnson, a sophomore from North Chicago, 6'1", 204-pounder. Ran for almost 200 yards coming into this game on the season. 1st and 10 Illinois at the Penn State 35-yard line. Wide outs each way. 2 tight ends, 1 running back. That running back is now Damian Platt. Takes the handoff, going to the left side. Gelsheiser coming over from the middle, makes the stop along with Marlon Forbes after a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6 to go. So Damian Platt into the game for the first time.
He's their quickest back, Bill. He's been averaging 6.2 average yards per carry. He's dangerous. They're looking for him to try to break one.
2nd down and 6. Clock is running with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go till halftime. The Lions scoring 21 points in the first quarter. Got another TD in the second quarter. And we've been silent for about the last 5 minutes. Wide outs each way this time. And on 2nd down, Johnson with a long count takes the snap. He's straight back to pass. He's looking, scrambling around again, running to the right side, looking, unloads one deep downfield. This one is up for grabs. It's incomplete. Brian Miller and Toriano Woods were both down around the goal line, and they went up for it, and it fell incomplete.
Well, that was a good play by Miller. He did not leave his man as Johnson scrambled to his right. Now, Holmberg made a good move. He got caught into the inside, did a spin, and put some heat on. Holmberg can run. He's an wide receiver, so he chased Johnson, got close enough to make him throw the ball. But a good job by Miller down there.
3rd down and 6 to go now. Platt comes out of the game, as does Woods. Jim Klein is into the game now. They'll probably go with their shotgun setup here with 4 wide receivers. Well, they got 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left side, and Dothard back into the game in the backfield. Klein in motion to the left. 3rd down play. He stops and comes back to the right side. Johnson is straight back to pass. He's looking. He throws one deep downfield to the right sideline. It is incomplete. Good coverage there. Derek Bana was just waiting for that ball to come. He was going for Jason Dulick. Incomplete.
Sometimes you make the right call on defense, sometimes you don't. That time Penn State was in their 2 safeties with all zone coverage. Illinois had 3 receivers to one side. They tried to flood the zone, and there were too many people over there. Nice job by Bana that time. Much better looking pass defense than last week, I'll tell you that.
Johnny Johnson, 6 of 14 for 46 yards passing, and now here comes a field goal attempt as Chris Richardson comes into the game to attempt what is a 48-yarder. Wow.
They might fake this, no?
The snap is down. The kick is away. It is no good. Didn't quite get there, not long enough. So Illinois still not on the board. Penn State gets the ball back with 3:41 to go till halftime. Still 28-0, but that was Illinois' first point try of the game. They didn't get any closer than that.
This is an outstanding defensive effort by Penn State. Got some guys hurt, and everybody else has turned it up a notch.
So the Nittany Lion offense comes back onto the field.
I don't think you'll see Kajana Carter again for the rest of the game unless there's a certain specific situation.
Penn State, 1st and 10. Mike Archie is in there at tailback now. They have the ball at their own 30-yard line. Wide outs each way. Split set in the backfield. Kerry Collins on 1st down. Handing off to Archie, sweeping the left side. Breaks 1 tackle at the line of scrimmage and dives ahead for a gain of just a yard on the play. It was that inside linebacker, John Holosick, and Kevin Hardy over there to make the tackle on him. 2nd down and 9 to go. And the Pennsylvania Dairy Promotion Program would like to remind you that milk has vitamin A for smooth skin, calcium for strong bones, and protein for great muscle tone. So drink a cold glass of milk today. Milk, it does a body good.
Bill, that time Kofor, a big defensive tackle, had Archie in the backfield, but he shook him off and made some yardage.
2nd down and 9. This time both wideouts split wide to the right side. Collins is rolling right. He's looking to throw. Fires downfield. This one isn't intercepted. It's picked off by Illinois at the 45-yard line, intended for Bobby Ingram, but Antoine Patton came up with the ball in a good defensive play.
Again, poor decision by Kerry Collins. He rolled out. They flooded the area. He got outside to contain. He could have taken off and run with the ball and probably made the first down, but he decided he forced it in there. And that's Penn State's first turnover.
Kerry Collins' 8th interception of the year, and Illinois has it 1st and 10. Derek Bana picked off the pass that was tipped by a linebacker, and Penn State has it right back.
Yeah, they will fake it, a counter. Trey tried to hit a tight end coming across. Threw it a little high, was tipped, I believe, by a linebacker, which one I really didn't see. And then Bonner was there. I thought if Derek stayed to the outside, he would have gone a lot farther.
Brian Gelsheiser was the one who tipped it first. Then Ken Dilger, the tight end, got a hand on it. And Derek Bonner just ran under it and started the return.
Surprise, surprise. Well, Penn State should try to really get down, at least try to get a field goal. You know, you got a second half coming, and anything can happen.
1st and 10. Penn State at their own 36-yard line. Backs in an I formation. Here's the handoff on the draw play to Archie. Tries to get off tackle to the right side, but no room there as he picks up maybe a yard on the play. Tyrone Collins, the outside linebacker. Chad Kofor combine on the stop. It'll be a 2nd down and 10 to go, and we have a timeout signaled by Illinois with 2 minutes and 33 seconds to go till half, and Penn State leading it 28-0 with a timeout on the field. We'll be back after this on the Penn State Sports Network. Penn State will have a 2nd down and 10 to go as they return from the timeout. But right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Penn State Sports Network, a division of the American Network Group. On the offensive line, Penn State now with another new tackle in there. Dale Harvey has entered the game. On the other side, the redshirt freshman from Salem, New Jersey, 275-pounder. He and Andre Johnson, I tell you, George, are a couple of good ones up and coming there. And Marco Rivera, who is the starter at the one tackle, has a couple of more years of eligibility after this. So on the offensive line, things are looking promising for the future as well.
Yeah, the whole offense, you know, next year should be very explosive. If there's a problem, it would be the defense. And Joe is aware of that, and so he's playing a lot of defensive people, not only that he needs to and wants to get them in game, but he's also thinking ahead for the future.
2nd down. Penn State lines up with 2 tight ends this time, Brady and Olsemer. LaBarca the lone wideout, and Collins going to throw out of this one. He's back to pass. He's throwing long for Chip LaBarca. LaBarca with a couple of steps on his man. The ball is batted out of there. It might have been a little underthrown. LaBarca had a couple of steps on his man. Rod Boykin and Mike Russell were there in the coverage.
Bill, it was underthrown, but I say it's hard to be critical throwing a ball in this kind of weather.
Yeah.
Gets it out there, a little more air under it, about 3-4 yards, and LaBarca has a touchdown.
Kerry Collins is 2 of 8 passing for 12 yards in the game.
See, they go 2 tight ends, and that's a 1 receiver.
Yeah.
That's all they do. Release 1 receiver.
Justin Williams and Bobby Ingram in at wideouts now. Williams right, Ingram to the left side. I formation in the backfield with O'Neal and Archie. Justin Williams in motion to the left, and the handoff to Archie in the draw play. He's out to the 35, the 40, the 45, and spins out to the 46-yard line. Antoine Patton had to come up from the secondary to make the tackle for Illinois. That's just shy of a first down. It'll be a fourth down and less than a yard to go for Penn State.
Well, I'm pretty sure they probably would make it the way they're running the ball, but there's no point in taking any chances.
Nah.
The fans are saying go for it. Now, I tell you, sometimes when you have this much of a cushion, you'll take a gamble like that. But they're going to measure first.
Yeah.
Let's see, make sure. I'd kick it. Why take a chance?
Yeah, this gives the coaches a little time to think about it as well, as they want the measurement. And they'll measure it, and oh boy, they have a couple of inches. About an inch. About an inch on this one. What do you think, George?
Well, I think he's going to let him go for it because of the fact that they have not been successful in some of these situations. It shows a little confidence of your offensive line. The way they're playing today, and you got a 6'5" quarterback, and a 235-pound fullback, you think they would go for it. Now, I see some dancing going on. What, are they going to measure again?
No, well, they have to reset the ball, so they want to make sure they set it down right.
I tell you, that offensive line, they're trying to exhort Joe to go for it. Sometimes you get psychologically seduced on the sidelines. He's not going to do it.
Now, here comes the punt. The punt unit's going to come on.
Got to play percentage. That's Joe Paterno. People will boo, but for every time it works, there's if they fumble a ball, everybody say, boy, what a dope.
Well, nobody has come on the field yet, the punting unit or the offense, but the punt unit is all assembled. They're ready to run on here.
Maybe the punt team will go for it. I don't know.
Here they go. Here comes the punt unit. And Gary Volker runs onto the field because he is a deep man, and the punt return setup for Illinois. Standing back at his own 25-yard line, V.J. Masillo will get the ball and kick it from his own 35. We've got 1:49 to go. They better get this off or they'll get a penalty. Yep. Yeah, wait a minute. Whistles and delay of game will be the call because they didn't quite get the snap off, but hey.
Would you believe there are people booing because you're up 28-0 and you got 1:45 to go at the end of the first half. The ball is on your side of the field, and you just because you're punting.
Yeah.
I don't understand sometimes.
So delay of game will take the ball back 5 yards, but no real damage. V.J. Masillo this time will just kick it from 5 yards back. And now, see, Illinois, because Penn State did not have their unit on the field to the last minute, didn't have a chance to really get their bunt return unit on there. Now they get their guys on there. Masillo standing back at his 27-yard line, waiting for the snap. And here is the snap from center. He pulls it down, the rush is on, but gets the punt away. High knuckleball. Volker calls for the fair catch and makes it at the 27-yard line of Illinois. So the Fighting Illini have it 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line with 1:37 to go till halftime. Penn State so far steamrolling Illinois. They lead it 28-0, and the Penn State defense back onto the field now. Illinois was able to get down in Penn State territory in their last possession. They missed a field goal, then got the ball back on an interception, only to throw it right back to Penn State.
Yeah, Penn State's defense is totally in command. That's why you don't want to take any unnecessary chances.
Here's the shotgun and a bad snap. Johnson just picks it up and falls down, back on the 14-yard line. The snap from center from the shotgun just was a little bit awry. Yeah. Johnson just had to corral it and fall.
Penn State should call timeout. I mean, because they're going to get a chance to get the ball back here. There's 1:28.
Yeah.
Now,
it'll be a second down and 23 to go. We do have a timeout called by Penn State now with 1:28 to go till halftime as the Nittany Lions use it here. So the Nittany Lions call the timeout, and the Lion offense, the running game in particular, has been the story in the first half of this game as they have chewed up well over 100 yards in the first half of the game against a defense that came into this game giving up only 85 yards per game on the ground. So Penn State has been able to do it there. And as you mentioned several times in the first half, George, the offensive line of Penn State, maybe the best game of the year so far.
Oh, absolutely super. But also let's give the field a little credit. This new field has held up real well. I mean, because there's absolutely very little slipping and sliding. The traction is excellent. And It's been raining constantly since the beginning of the game. It's affecting the passes. The passes are having trouble controlling the ball, but not the running the ball. And the offensive line is like a machine. That's as good offensive line play I've seen in a long time.
A lot of people already leaving the area. As you can see, cars streaming out of the parking lot.
Well, I think they've, not being known as a passing team, Illinois, they figure it's all over, but you never can tell.
Second down play, 22 to go for Illinois from their own 14-yard line. Here is the pitch back to Ty Dougherty, sweeping the left side, cuts it up. He has a seam. He's at the 25, the 30, and out to the 32-yard line. Nearly got enough for the first down, and it will be a third down play and about 6 to go for the first down for Illinois at their own 32-yard line. Clock running with 1:19 to go till halftime. And they line right up to the ball now on a hurry-up offense. Here's the shotgun and 4 wideouts. Johnny Johnson waiting for snap from center. He takes it. 4-man rush by Penn State. Johnson looking, fires down the middle. This one is complete to Jason Dulick. He's at the Penn State 43 and dragged down by Shelly Hammonds. A first down for Illinois at the Penn State 42-yard line.
Big hole in that loose zone coverage, and that's Johnson's best throw of the night, hitting Dulick, breaking across the middle.
Jason Dulick is a redshirt freshman from St. Louis, Missouri. Came into this game with 24 catches. First and 10, Illinois. Shotgun again. Johnson back to pass. Under pressure, steps up in the pocket, and here he goes. He's off and running. He's down to the 35, the 30, the 25, and down to the Penn State 22. Brian Gelsheiser makes the stop downfield. And another first down for Illinois with 43 seconds to go until half. And this is where Johnson is really dangerous.
Yeah, well, they were trying to get something deep against that zone coverage, and they only rushed 3 or 4 people, and he saw a hole up the middle, and he took it.
Back to pass again out of the shotgun. He loops one for Dothard. He's hit at the 20-yard line, fumbles the ball, scramble to the sideline. Did Penn State get it? No, Illinois ball. Lubin Fatty went after it on the sideline. Rob Holmberg made the tackle and stripped it out of there, but Lubin Fatty couldn't get to the ball before it went out of bounds.
Well, the call on that was that Penn State did not have possession, even though they had touched it, and they took it out of Browns. There was 2 blue shirts there, but that stopped the clock, so, it wasn't that bad of a play. They'll try to get something into the end zone.
Ball is at the 22-yard line. And it's a second down and 10 for Illinois. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers again. We've got 28 seconds to go till halftime. Here's Johnson. The blitz is on. He's back to pass. He's pressured. He's scrambling. He's throwing down the middle. Has a man open. It's complete for a touchdown. Gary Volker makes the catch in the end zone. He was open by a couple of yards.
Well, that's the thing we talked about. You cannot give up on your receiver. He scrambled, came up the middle, wasn't across the line of scrimmage. Somebody let Volker go. You get a touchdown with 20 seconds to go, and that's how you blow leads.
So Illinois gets on the board for the first time in this game with just 20 seconds to go till halftime. As Johnson again did it with his scrambling ability, scrambled up the middle in the pocket, found Volker open in the end zone for the TD. As Gary Volker gets his second touchdown pass. Extra point attempt by Larson. The kick is up and the extra point is good. So Penn State leading it 28-7. They'll get the ball back for a few plays before the end of the half here, and we'll be back right after this on the Penn State Sports Network. Well, Illinois will kick it back to Penn State as the Illini have it teed up at the 35-yard line right in the middle of the field. And Brent Larson will do the kicking off. Shelly Hammonds and Stephen Pitts are the deep men for Penn State at the 10-yard line waiting for this one. Larson approaches. He's a straight-on type kicker and kicks a squib knuckleballer down the middle. Hammonds can't control it. Finally picks it up at the 5-yard line, starts the return from there. Shelly is out to the 14-yard line, and that's about it. First man down there was Olson. And it will be a 1st and 10 Penn State from the 15. George, just run it out here at a halftime.
Well, that's what I would do. It's only 14 seconds left.
Yep.
You see how wet that ball is? That was like a greased watermelon. He couldn't pick it up, and the referee was in the way. He ought to move a little bit quicker. Stay out of the way of the players.
1st down and 10 for the Penn State offense. As they break the huddle and they line up with everybody in tight. And they line up in a situation where they're just going to set on the ball here. Kerry Collins will take the snap from center and just kneel down. Yeah, takes a step back and kneels down, and I don't think Illinois will stop the clock here, and that'll be the final play of the first half. The fireworks early for Penn State. 3 first-quarter touchdowns, 1 in the second quarter, and the Nittany Lions lead it at halftime, 28-7. That's where we are at Beaver Stadium. Bill Zimpher and George Paterno with you, and also as a halftime guest, Frank Gardenia will be coming along with his special guest, Penn State wrestling coach Johnny Fritz, who was also a pretty good quarterback. He doesn't think I know this, but John Fritz was also a pretty good quarterback at Nitchman Junior High School.
You were telling me that before.
He was a pretty good quarterback, I'll tell you, weren't you? Nitchman Junior High, he was a pretty good quarterback. All right, Johnny Fritz will be along with Frank Gardenia. That and more coming up at halftime here at Beaver Stadium. We'll be back after this on the Penn State Sports Network. Boy, standing at the 5-yard line. A lot of the crowd here at Beaver Stadium has filed out of here, but we have some stalwarts who are hanging in there for the second half here. Rain has been falling throughout the game, but probably is lighter now than it has been through the entire afternoon and as we head into the evening here at Beaver Stadium. Brett Conway ready to go. He has it teed up, gets the foot into it. Second half is underway at Beaver Stadium. High kick that goes down to Volker at the 7. He's out to the 10, to the 15, heading to the right side, and that's all. What a play on special teams that time. Boy, I'll tell you, going down to make the tackle and shedding a block was Mark Tate. He made that tackle almost one-handed.
While somebody was wrestling him to the ground. Great play.
1st and 10 for Illinois from their own 17-yard line. Defensively for Penn State, Tyoka Jackson, Eric Clare, Lubin Fatty, and Todd Atkins across the front. That is your starting setup there. And they start off in the 4 wide receivers in the shotgun formation on 1st and 10 from their own 17. Back to pass Johnson. Blitz is on. And they get to him, and the ball's popped out of there. It's fumbled forward, recovered by Ty Dothard. Dothard runs it out to the 35 and 37-yard line where he is tackled by Marlon Forbes. That's an Illinois first down.
He can't advance that fumble, I don't believe. Yes, all right, well, he did. He kicked it. Yes, he did.
It's marked at the 37 where it will be an Illinois first down. The pressure was on Johnson. The ball stripped out of there as he tried to scramble. Ty Dothard picked it up and advanced it to the 37.
Well, Penn State had some breaks in the first day. That's a break for Illinois. But you see what happened with that rush came that time?
Yeah.
Almost got another fumble recovery. They got to put pressure on Johnson because he's not a pocket passer.
3 turnovers for Illinois already. Here's the draw play out of the shotgun to Dothard. He's going to the left side out to the 40, and Brian Gelsheiser gets the ankle at the 42-yard line for a gain of about 5 on the play. It'll be a 2nd down and 5 to go. Well, that big matchup between number 1 and number 2 in South Bend is all over with now. And George, Notre Dame did it. Beat Florida State 31-24 at South Bend.
Well, people don't realize how tough they are at home. We do. We used to play them.
2nd down, 5 to go, Illinois. From the shotgun, Johnson back to pass, fires over the middle, incomplete.
But again, Bill, they blitzed Yaboa Cody from the inside. They blitzed Smith from the outside. And Johnson has trouble when he's under pressure. He threw that ball into the ground. And that's what we were hoping they were going to do at the end of the first half.
Gary Volker was the intended receiver. That pass not on target. And it will be a 3rd down and 5 to go. 14:04 to go, 3rd quarter, just underway here in the second half. Bill Zimpher, George Paterno with you at Beaver Stadium, with Penn State leading at 28-7, and Illinois with the first possession of half number 2.
3rd and 4. Every time Penn State's blitzed, it's basically been successful.
He goes under center on this third down play. 3 wide receivers. Johnson back to pass, just a 3-man rush. Here he goes scrambling again, running to the right side, now throws incomplete. Jim Klein was the intended, and a late flag goes down at the 43-yard line of Penn State, way in the secondary, and Marlon Forbes is clapping.
I think it's on Strong. I think there's a little push and shove, whatever.
Penn State had good coverage on that play as Johnny Johnson had to try to force it into Jim Klein. It was incomplete. Now the officials are explaining to the players exactly what is going on here.
Well, Forbes is celebrating, so you would have to think it's against Illinois, but let's see. They probably did decline the penalty because, why give him another chance?
Yeah.
It's offensive,
Offensive pass interference is a call. Now, that was way away from where the ball was, but the flag went down and they signaled Jasper Strong with interference and Marlon Forbes over there. Punting situation now.
Let's see if
as Larson pulls down the high snap and gets away a nice high punt. Bobby Ingram signals fair catch and makes it at the 25-yard line. Tough catch again for Bobby Ingram, but he made it. Penn State offense on for the first time in the second half. 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. They lead it 28-7, 13:51 to go third quarter. We'll return right after this on the Penn State Sports Network. Penn State's offense has it 1st and 10 from their own 25 on their opening possession of the second half. Offensive unit about the same, except that Dale Harvey is in there at offensive tackle in place of Marco Rivera. The rest of the offensive line, Barry Tealsh at center, Malinowski, Hardings at the guards, Pickett and Harvey at the tackles. It'll be Brian O'Neill and Mike Archie in the backfield to start it off here in the second half, and of course Kerry Collins at quarterback. Kerry Collins has not been dazzling throwing the ball, but these are tough conditions again this evening.
Yeah, but he has to throw it a little better in the second half. But that was a good, important series for Penn State's defense. They had let Illinois off the hook, coming, on 4 plays for a touchdown at the end of the first half. Illinois gets the ball back at the beginning of the second half, and Penn State's defense shut them down, so that was important.
Penn State has recovered 2 Illinois fumbles and also picked off 1 pass in this game. Kerry Collins has thrown 1 interception. Wideouts each way. LaBarca to the right, Ingram to the left side. I formation in the backfield on 1st and 10. Nittany Lions traveling from right to left here in the third quarter. And the handoff to Archie off the left side. And he is hit at the line of scrimmage and taken down right there. Not much room for Mike Archie. Tyrone Washington came up from the secondary. And tough defense that time by Illinois.
Well, sometimes you can go flat. We'll see. It's too early to say with just 1 play being run, but you make adjustments, and that time the linebacker, or I think it was was that number 52? That 5 on him.
Holosek is 52, probably him. Yeah. Here we go. Collins back to pass. He pumps once, now throws to the outside, but Archie was out of bounds at the 28-yard line when he caught the ball, so that goes as an incompletion, and it'll be a 3rd down and 10 to go. Kerry Collins, though, went off of his primary receiver, found Archie, but he was out of bounds.
Yeah, you see Kerry Collins shaking his hands like they were either wet or damp or a combination of cold or something. But again, I didn't think that was a very good selection because it was a short pass in the flat. They pick it off. They got a quick 6.
3rd down, 10 to go, wideouts each way, and a split set in the backfield now. Collins straight back to pass. Blitz is on, but good protection. He fires. This one is incomplete. He threw a bullet out to Chip LaBarca. LaBarca got 1 hand on it, But that's all. Just batted it down at the 40-yard line, and the Nittany Lions will have to punt it away, a 3 and out for Penn State.
Well, he was open. That was just that curl. You know, they take the tight end and they run him to the sideline, and the wide receiver comes around and curls into the zone. He was open and would have gotten the first down. It's just a bad throw. Kerry's having a lot of difficulty with that ball tonight.
Gary Volker drops deep for Illinois, and V.J. Masillo will punt it away from his own 15-yard line. Waiting for the snap. He takes a good snap and gets the kick away. Short kick, however, high spinning kick. Volker comes up, grabs it at the 48, and is chopped down by Kim Herring right at midfield or just across. So Illinois with great field position to start off this possession, just inside Penn State territory at the 49-yard line. We've got 13-14 to go in the third quarter, with Penn State leading it 28-7, but Illinois with good position here.
Well, the first half, the offense was sparkling, and I think maybe the defense is going to have to step up and take control of this game.
4 wideouts in the shotgun formation. Johnny Johnson waiting for the snap from center. And on first down, looking to throw. Scanning the defense, under pressure, lets it go, incomplete. Again, the pressure was getting to him, and he threw the ball into the ground.
Well, they only rushed 3, but they did a better job that time of collapsing the pocket. Atkins did a real good job coming from the outside, squeezing that. And when he has to stay in the pocket, he's definitely not as effective as when he's on a run.
Not only did they collapse the pocket that time, George, but they gave him no lane to run out of there.
Right.
Second down, 10 to go now. Yeah, the clock didn't move on that play. So they may have to have a clock adjustment here. Johnny Johnson is now 10 of 21 passing for 93 yards in the game. Again, an awful lot of passing for not severe weather conditions, but conditions not ideal for passing the ball, but they're deep in a hole.
The score dictates what you have to do sometimes. You know, even if you've put together a good running game, when you're down by 3 touchdowns, you take an awful lot of time off the clock.
Well, now they're going to keep the time on the field. So for the second week in a row, we have a clock malfunction here at Penn State at Beaver Stadium, and they'll keep the time down on the field. Clock shows 13:14, and it's frozen there. So the officials explaining it to both benches, and we'll be ready to go in a second here. As Illinois came out in the second half, right to the shotgun formation with 4 wide receivers, and that's what they have done on every play with the exception of one when Johnson went under center, but here they go again with the shotgun.
And look for them to throw the ball over the middle. That's what got them down for the touchdown, and Penn State plays a lot of 2 deep zone, and there's a hole between those 2 safeties, and Penn State should anticipate things like that.
Here's the shotgun on second down and 10, and here comes the blitz. Johnson scrambling out to the right side now. He's looking, being forced out of bounds by Eric Clare, who showed a burst of speed and got Johnson out of bounds just this side of midfield at the 49 of Illinois. It'll be a 3rd down and 11.
That was pretty good strategy by Penn State. They came from with an outside blitz from the left, and they anticipate Johnson coming out of the pocket to the right, and then Clare came off his nose tackle position to the sidelines and kept Johnson from throwing the ball.
3rd down, just over 10 to go for the first down now. This time 3 wideouts, and Johnson goes under center. On 3rd down and long, Penn State with a 4-man front. Let's see if they bring everybody or some extra people. They come with a 4-man rush, and they're stunting. Back to pass Johnson. He steps up in the pocket now, scrambling out to the left side. He's looking, loops one downfield. It is tipped and incomplete. Marlon Forbes got a hand on it. Jasper Strong was the intended receiver.
But did you see Lou Benfatti on that?
Yeah.
He was chasing Johnson, and Johnson saw him coming. He said, let me get rid of this football, and he threw it a little too high. That's 2 good series for Penn State's defense. I'm feeling better now. You know that they're not going to, not that you're stepping on the guy's neck, but don't let him back in a football game.
Forey Wells will kick it away for Illinois. He takes the snap from center, gets off a boomer of a kick. Ingram will just let it go, and it goes out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it out of bounds on the angle here. It goes out at the Penn State 16, so not a bad job that time, and Penn State will take over 1st and 10 from their own 16-yard line. They lead it 28-7, and we'll be back right after this on the Penn State Sports Network. First down and 10. Penn State will start off from their own 16-yard line. The Nittany Lion offense out there again. They had a 3 and out in their first possession of the second half. And we'll see what they come up with here. But, you know, it's funny. We had rain coming down like crazy in the first half of the game. A lot of people elected to head for the gates. And rain, I think the rain has stopped.
But it must be getting colder because I see the players are all jumping around. They get their hands into those pockets they have, and it must be cold on it.
Well, I don't think it ever got as mild as they had predicted for today, and it was chilly out there, even at the beginning of the game, and now in total darkness, it's cold and damp. But Penn State offensively with 3 early touchdowns, jumped on top quick. 3 first-quarter touchdowns for the Nittany Lions, made it 21-0, and they jumped out 28-0 before Illinois got on the board. First and 10 for the Lions from their own 16. Both wideouts, LaBarca and Ingram, split wide right. That's the wide side of the field. Handoff to Archie straight up the middle. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he goes down. A gain of 5 yards on the play. Chad Kofer on the bottom of the pile for the Illinois defense, and Mickey Johnson also there, the defensive lineman.
Well, instead of going outside, going wide then, Bill, they came right up over the right guard, straight up, made a nice 5 yards on that one.
Second down play for Penn State and 5 to go. Kerry Collins off again to Archie. This time it's Mickey Johnson penetrating and making the tackle in the backfield for a loss on the play, back at the 18-yard line. So it'll be a 3rd down and 8 to go. Mickey Johnson is starting to get some freedom on that defensive line now.
Well, what they're doing, Bill, they're just coming. You know, they're going to come and play man-to-man because that's about the only way they're going to get into the game. Penn State stuck it down their throat running the ball, and they're just going to come and blitz and stun on every play and make Kerry Collins do some good things or make some big plays himself.
Mike Archie, 20 carries and 121 yards in this game. 3rd down play, 8 to go for the Nittany Lions. I formation in the backfield, wide outs each way, play action, Collins looking. Throws to the sideline, incomplete. Kyle Brady was the intended receiver, and the pass was just a little too far. Incomplete. Tyrone Washington, the closest man. Punting situation again.
Yeah, he slipped, but what I would do with Kerry is give him a short pass with a high percentage so he gets a completion, maybe restore his confidence. Right now, he's you're not looking too good.
3 of 12 for just 15 yards for Kerry Collins in this game.
And against a team that plays the run as well as Illinois had coming into the game, you would have to do better than that.
Masillo ready to punt it away. He'll let it go from his own 7-yard line, takes the snap from center, gets off a nice high punt. Volker drifting back and takes it at his own 42-yard line. Hit right away and goes down to the 44. Marlon Forbes finally made the tackle on him. Brian Miller was the first man down there to disrupt things, but Forbes making the stop.
Great punt coverage on that, Bill, and great hang time. Musillo's turned into one heck of a punter. We've seen him punt under some real hairy situations, and he's a cool one.
Illinois with pretty good field position again as they start off from just inside their own 45-yard line. This time they line up with Dothard and Damian Platt in the backfield. So an I formation in the backfield and wide outs each way. First time we've seen that formation, but now Dothard goes in motion to the left side on the pitch to Platt, sweeping the left side. Picks up about 4 yards. Vin Stewart made the tackle, drifting over from the defensive line spot. It'll be a 2nd down and 6 to go.
Good job by Stewart coming off his nose tackle position. Gave a chug to the center, and it was to the short side. We can't tell if the fans out there about the time because, the scoreboard's not working, and whatever Illinois does will be relative to the time that's available.
Yep. Again, Johnson goes under center. I formation, wide outs each way, 2 tight ends. And here is the handoff to Platt up the middle this time, but Tyoka Jackson. And the fumble came out of there, and Penn State says we have it. The officials agree. Penn State ball, that ball squirted out of there, and Lou Benfatti recovered.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I saw it. I was going to say ball's loose, and then, I have a habit of interrupting you too much, but that I saw that one all the way.
There comes the Lou cheer from the crowd as Lou Benfatti recovers a fumble, the 3rd fumble recovery by Penn State in this game.
Yeah, well, it's wet and it's cold, and you can't be critical of people, even though if you're the coach, I'd be, I guess. But Penn State, if they can go down and get a touchdown here, take a lot of time off the clock, would be what I would call in a comfortable position, in the comfort zone.
1st and 10 for Penn State. Ball is right at midfield on the right hash mark. Wide outs each way in an I formation in the backfield with O'Neal and Archie. Kerry Collins with a long count on first down. Hands it off to Archie straight up the middle. Got a good push from the offensive line. It gets down to the 45 and 44-yard line. Chad Kofer makes the tackle, but that's a gain of 5 on the play. Good surge by the offensive line.
And, week in and week out, the fans here say, if you want to blitz, go ahead. Blitz, you can cause a lot of problems. But if a back gets past the line of scrimmage and the linebackers are going the other way, he should, make a big gain out of it.
Second down and 5 to go. LaBarca splits right. Ingram to the left side. I formation again behind Kerry Collins on second down. Boy, Illinois stacking the line of scrimmage now. And Collins hands off on the draw play to Archie, but he is smacked by Mickey Johnson again in the backfield at the 50. It'll be a third down and a little more than 10 to go for the first down. Johnson again making penetration.
Well, I just made an inside move, and as I said, they're coming with everybody. They anticipate Penn State was not going to throw the ball and was going to run it. They're faking the pass with a draw, but a draw is a running play, and here they came again. They're going to make Kerry Collins complete a couple of passes, or it's going to be a long second half running this football.
Third down and 10 to go. Both wideouts left. Freddie Scott into the game at wide receiver. He and Ingram left. Play action. Collins looking to throw. Now being flushed out. Throws on the screen pass to Archie. He's at the 50, the 45, and bumped out of bounds at the 45. Nice open field hit by Rod Boykin, and it'll be a fourth down for Penn State and 5 to go for the first down. They're at the Illinois 44-yard line. What do you do here, George? You punt it in?
Yeah, I try to punt and try to hope you get a good punt out of bounds, but that's 3 series offensively and out. And Illinois is coming with everybody except the kitchen sink, and we can't complete a pass. That was a screen pass, and outside of getting a big gain out of it, they really don't count.
V.J. Masillo will punt it away again to Gary Volker. He's at the 15-yard line. VJ takes the snap from center, gets the kick away. High end-over-end kick. Volker signals fair catch. He drops the ball, but falls right on top of it at the 12-yard line. So he muffed the fair catch attempt, but fell right on top of it at the 12-yard line. Illinois has possession, first and 10, deep in their own territory.
Yeah, and the balance of field position starting to change in Penn State's favor. Give Musillo a lot of credit. That was a great punt. He got it nice and high so the coverage team could come down and surround it. And, it must be more difficult on the field, Bill, than we realized being up here, because they're having a lot of trouble hanging on to the football.
Penn State starts off now with 5 defensive backs. Hammonds, Bonner, Tate, Rubin, and Pittman all in the game. 3 defensive linemen and 3 linebackers.
Well,
9:10 to go in the third quarter is the official announcement from the referees. So we've got 9 minutes 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Penn State leading at 28-7, and Illinois has the ball, first and 10, but they're deep in their own territory with the Illini starting from their own 12-yard line.
Well, Joe Paterno and Jerry Sandusky must feel that they can control the Illinois running game, because to go with 5 backs down here, you got more than a quarter and a half to go is, you can't automatically expect they're going to throw the ball because they're deep in their own territory. But I think they feel comfortable that those people in the trenches can handle the running game.
And this Pennsylvania State Lottery reminder to play your lucky number every day. Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians. Well, now's the time for the Penn State defense to clamp, as we have a lot of fans hanging in here at Beaver Stadium. Many people headed for the gates at halftime, but those who stayed, it's paid off, because from what I can tell, the rain has just about completely stopped. Field is in good shape, nothing being dug up so far, although, as you mentioned, George, you're starting to see a few slips every now and then. Here goes Penn State with the 5 defensive backs here and the 3 down linemen to start it off here. Now let's see if they come with some extra people, however.
Well, the fact that you use 5 defensive backs doesn't eliminate blitzing, because in fact, sometimes it's better. They're faster. Here comes the corner up there now.
Dothard and Platt in the I formation, 2 wideouts wide right, and Johnson goes under center on first and 10. On first down, play action, he's back to pass, and he goes down to the 2-yard line. Tony Pittman on the corner blitz, getting Johnson at the 2.
Did I call it from up here or not?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Sure, you got 5, and then you got 4 to defend the pass. Take one of them. They're faster than linebackers. people who are responsible, especially offensive tackles, they're not used to having guys that fast. He come in clean.
They mark him down at the 3-yard line. Oh, boy. Johnson, after the play fake, turned around and saw Tony Pittman in his face and just tried to duck under and went down at the 3. Second down and 21.
I keep doing that kind of stuff until they stopped it. They haven't been hurt doing it.
Same setup again, but a split set in the backfield. Johnson takes the snap from center. He pitches it back to Dothard, who is sweeping the left side, and he's bumped out of bounds at the 8-yard line. Phil Yaboa-Cody got over there to shove him out of bounds, and it'll be a 3rd down now, and still a long way to go for the first down for the Illini.
Yaboa-Cody, who has been hurt, starting to show his old form from last year when he had a real good year, led the Penn State defense in tackles, made a nice play. And, welcome back Phil and welcome back Killens, because you lose some guys, you got to get some guys back.
3rd down now, 16 to go for Illinois, and the crowd really picking up the volume here. Urgent on the Penn State defense. 5 defensive backs, 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers.
We usually get hurt in this situation. Let's hope we're wrong.
Here's the shotgun. A pump and a little dump over the middle, complete to Dothard. Dothard trying to get outside. He's hit at the 13 and driven backwards. It was Tyoka Jackson and Rob Holmberg who combined on the stop, and it'll be a punting situation for Illinois.
You know what I liked about that, Bill? There was 7 blue jerseys around the ball carrier. That's great pursuit. Penn State should get terrific field position out of this. Defense is playing well.
Punting situation now, as Forey Wells will have to kick out of his own end zone to Bobby Ingram. Here is the punt. Nice punt. High spiraling kick. Ingram, fair catch called for, and he makes it at the Penn State 43-yard line. So the Nittany Lions will take over 1st and 10 at their own 43. They lead it 28-7 here in the 3rd quarter of the game, with approximately, I would say, 8 minutes to go in the quarter. Clock malfunction, the reason for that estimate. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Penn State Sports Network, a division of the American Network Group. Penn State offense on the field, 1st and 10. They started off with a big package. Brian Milne in there on the left side wing. 1 wide out. Bobby Ingram wide left. O'Neal and Archie in an I formation behind Collins.
I'd go to Ingram. All right, they're going to.
Here's the pitch back to Archie. He cuts it up the middle, gets about to midfield before John Holisick drives him backward. A gain of close to 5 on the play for Mike Archie. 2nd down, 5 to go now for the Nittany Lions.
What happens, though, Bill, when a team's stunting as much as Illinois is right now, you get 5 yards, and the next play they throw you for a loss. That's what's happened. Penn State has not made a first down in the second half, and I think I would put out Ingram I don't think he has a catch yet, has he? Or does he have one?
No, I don't think he does.
Okay, I'd get him out there, put him in a boundaries on a running down, play action, go deep, let him come, try to pick up the blitz, and get one-on-one on him. You might get a quick touchdown.
24 carries and 125 yards in the game for Mike Archie. The pitch back to Archie again. Follows a block by Hardings, but is flipped right head over heels as John Holisick came storming through, and Rod Boykin came in from the corner and flipped him right over.
Well, they had the cornerback up on the line of scrimmage that time, and you just, what they do, it's the old story, it's an axiom. He comes, I come. If the ball carrier comes, I'm going to fire and take as many of the blockers down with me, and now we're in a passing situation. 2nd down is a better passing situation against the way Illinois is playing their defense.
3rd down and 5 to go. Kerry Collins straight back to pass this time. He throws on the short one, completes it. Late penalty flag is down at the 40-yard line. Penn State may have come up just a little bit short of that first down.
The hold, though.
Yeah, holding call against Penn State.
Well, you wonder how a team could look so sharp in the first half and then come out. Right now they're looking pretty bad. Is that give some credit to the Illinois coaches. They say, look, I will make the guy throw the ball. You don't want to throw the ball? We're going to come after you. And, some things are going wrong for Penn State right now. Play selection hasn't been that good. They're playing a little conservative in the second half, which you would expect, but they better get something going soon. You know what? The pattern has almost been the same in every possession here, George. First down, a gain of about 5. Second down, a loss, and then an incomplete pass. They blitz and get you into a passing situation and get incomplete. So, you throw it on the second down.
Well, the pattern has almost been the same in every possession here, George. First down, a gain of about 5. Second down, a loss, and then an incomplete pass.
They blitz and get you into a passing situation and get incomplete. So, you throw it on the second down instead of throwing it on the third down. Throw it on the first down with some play action. Try to get Ingram deep or somebody deep. But, again, see, the clock is factored into all this, and not giving up turnovers.
Third down and 22 now for Penn State. Kerry Collins is back to pass. He's looking under pressure, fires one down the sideline. It is picked off. Robert Crumpton has the ball. He's at the 50, the 45, and out of bounds at the Penn State 42. And we've got some shoving going on the sideline. But that ball intended for Freddie Scott. Crumpton just stepped in front, took it away, and returned it back to the Penn State 42.
Well, I don't understand everything because I don't know the game plan. They play actions on that. And it was technically a definite passing situation. Then he threw that into double coverage, into the short side of the field. Not looking good offensively in the second half. They're telling the defense, you guys got better save the game for us.
5 minutes, 49 seconds to go in the third quarter. First and 10, Illinois at the Penn State 42. Here's the quick screen to Dothert. Dothert is at the 40 and down to the 37-yard line. Quick recovery by Rob Holmberg. They end up with a game of 5 on the play. Second down, 5 to go.
Bill, I'd like to make one more comment about sometimes the offensive play selection. When your defense is playing very well, it looks like they're in command of the other team's offense and they're making a lot of plays, sometimes seduces you psychologically to play overly conservative with your offense.
Yeah.
And then suddenly what happens, a guy like Johnson scrambles, hits a big play for a touchdown, and the whole idea backfires on you.
Second down, 5 to go. 4 wide receivers, but no shotgun this time. Dothert, the lone running back. Johnson is under center. He hands it off to Dothert, has a hole, and he's down to the Penn State 31-yard line, and that'll be an Illinois first down. Rob Holmberg again in on the tackle for the Penn State defense. Also there, Phil Yaboa Cody. First down, Illinois. Illinois shuttles in the plays via their tight ends as Ken Dilger, Dave Olson, and Craig Coaster, the 3 guys. Ty Dothert now, 16 carries and 95 yards for Illinois, so he's approaching 100 yards.
Well, Penn State on offense has been the last 4 series, 3 downs and out.
First and 10, 4 wideouts, but no shotgun again as Johnson goes under center. Dothert, the lone setback, hands off to Dothert. Up the middle, Vin Stewart and Brian Gelsheiser combine on the stop after a gain of just 2, and they drive him back after that. Second down and 8 to go.
Well, as I said, a lot of chess games are going out there. Sometimes they backfire on you. And, Penn State's defense is doing a real good job against the run. And what they're trying to do is make Illinois take as much time off the clock and get into that fourth quarter. But, you get overly conservative, and sometimes you blow it.
We're under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Penn State leads 28-7, but Illinois in Penn State territory at the 29-yard line. Second down, 8 to go. 2 tight ends, wideouts each way. Johnson looking to throw. He fires to the outside, completes to his tight end. He goes down at the 23-yard line. Shelly Hammonds making the hit that time, and it will be a third down and about 4 to go.
Yeah, that's a cornerback coming up, tackling a big tight end about 250, and Shelley did a good job. And right now they're keeping everything in front of them, the Penn State's defenses, but again, Johnson's dangerous. And if he gets out on a scramble, you better watch out.
Third down play. Toriano Woods comes into the game at wide receiver. He and Jason Dulick split to the left side. Jasper Strong to the right side. 3 wideouts. Johnson goes under center. A quick pitch goes back to Ty Dothert, sweeping the left side. Dothert puts the head down, and it all depends on the spot. Marlon Forbes was over there to cut him off. Brian Gelsheiser also in on the tackle.
Pretty good call. What they're doing, they're just trying to get the first down. Now, they'll go for it here. Obviously, being down as they are by 3 scores. So really, their thinking was we got 2 downs to make the first down. I don't think they ever thought about, not going for it. So that was a good call.
A fourth down and very short yardage now, and Penn State brings in the short yardage defense. Willie Smith and Rob Holmberg come back into the game.
Now here's when you got to be real careful. The cornerbacks have to read their keys because in this situation they could go for the 6 points.
Freddie Valise is also in there on the defensive line. Here's the quarterback sneak by Johnson, just dives into the line and should have enough for the first down. We'll see where they mark it here, but that should be an Illinois first down. They unstack the pile. And the Illini say, we've got it. First down. So first down, Illinois at the Penn State 20-yard line.
I guarantee you now, if Illinois can get a touchdown before the fourth quarter, their offensive game scheme is going to change in the fourth quarter, and Penn State's there's going to be a few gray hairs up here.
They came out throwing the ball in the second half, but have now gone back to the running game a little bit.
Right.
Under center is Johnson. Dothard the lone setback. 2 wideouts, 2 tight ends. Dulick in motion right. The pitch going back. Watch out. Might be an option pass by Dothard. He throws one into the end zone. It's intercepted by Lee Rubin. He's going to run it out. Penalty flag is down in the end zone. Rubin runs it out to the 10-yard line and is tackled by Dulick. Let's see what that flag is all about.
I think they're going to call interference against Penn State's defense, and it was not, really prevalent into the call. Yeah, sure, it's against Penn State. The ball was hanging up there, could never have gotten to the receiver. It was an uncatchable ball, and that's a bad call.
Lee Rubin just waited for it. A wounded duck fell into his arms in the end zone. Dothard, not a good pass. But let's sort it all out and see what the official indication is here.
Well, see.
Interference against Penn State. Oh.
Well, technically that's not supposed to be called if it's a non-catchable ball. The ball was 5 yards underthrown. That's why Rubin made the interception. They called the interference on the receiver way back.
Oh, looking at the replay here, man. Boy, is that a tough call.
Well, see, but those are the things that can happen, see, and it can backfire if you get a little too conservative offensively. That was a break for Illinois on that particular play. They end up with the ball on the 6-yard line.
Yep. Just outside, nose of the ball touching the 5-yard line, and it'll be a 1st and goal for Illinois. 28-7 is the score, but the Illini try to close the gap here.
You could see that option pass coming, Bill.
Yeah.
I didn't mean again to interrupt. Sometimes you're trying to get instructions down to those defensive backs. You're supposed to read your key. If your key releases and he's a wide receiver, you don't come up until the ball passes the line of scrimmage. And they were trying to sucker the Penn State's defense up. They started up. The cornerback started up, and then he smelled it, tried to get back, and it resulted in an interference call.
Mosley to the left side. Dulick to the right side. I formation this time in the backfield, but Olsen is the up back in the I. Dothard the deep back. Penn State was offside, and the handoff goes to Dothard. He dives down to the 2-yard line, but Penn State was offside on that play.
Tyoka Jackson, the wing back, which was a tight end, H-back, went in motion. Tyoka came across the line of scrimmage. They got to calm him down. When they get off the field relative to what happens, the defensive coordinator's got to get him over there on the side and calm him down. They're playing pretty good defense, and they're making dumb plays.
So Illinois must decide now whether to, well, they'll take the penalty because they'll have a first down and goal from the 2.5. So successive penalties by Penn State have Illinois down to the 2.5-yard line. And now the Illini will bring their short yardage package into the game. Rodney Byrd, another fullback, a 228-pound freshman from O'Fallon, Illinois, comes into the game. It'll be he and Dothard in the backfield. And let's see what Illinois does here. They're going to line up with everybody tight, and Byrd and Dothard in an I formation in the backfield. 3 tight ends. Johnson under center. Running the option to the left side. Pitches back to Dothard. He goes into the corner of the end zone. Untouched. Touchdown, Illinois.
And that was a good call because it's a good play down there against a goal line defense, the option. And now they're right back in this football game, and that's why, it's such a tough game. And then, your team can get flat. And now Penn State's got to have to do what they probably should have done early in the third quarter.
Chris Richardson is on to attempt the extra point now and try to make it 28-14. He has it lined up. Forey Wells is the holder. Snap is down. The extra point kick is up, and it is good. So Penn State now leading at 28-14 late in the third quarter of the game. We'll return right after this on the Penn State Sports Network. So Illinois will kick it back to Penn State. Illinois scoring on a 5-play touchdown drive that covered 42 yards. 4 minutes and 9 seconds it took to do that, as we have 1:40 to go in the third quarter of action. It'll be Brett Larson to kick it off for Illinois. Shelly Hammonds and Stephen Pitts, the deep men for Penn State. Larson, a straight-on kicker, kicks a squibber that is fielded by John Whitman at the 28. He's out to the 30, the 35, and 38-yard line on the play. Down to make the tackle was Melvin Roberts for Illinois. So Penn State offensively trying to get something going here. Penn State in the second half of the game, and we're nearly through the third quarter. Just 11 yards offense, George.
No first downs. And what's happening is like similar to the Southern Cal game in the last quarter. The offense is not doing anything and giving the ball back to the other team, and they're scoring. So Penn State has to put together a few first downs like they did in the first half. Take some time off the clock.
1st and 10, Penn State. They line up with 2 tight ends, 1 wide receiver, and the handoff to Mike Archie, following the blocking to the right side, cuts up field, gets across the 40 to the 41-yard line for a gain of 3 on the play. And Archie picks up 3, 2nd down and 7 to go. Chad Kofer on the tackle.
Yeah, the last 3 series on first down, they've picked up to 5, and now here's where Illinois comes with an all-out blitz. And this is the time to throw the football. If you're going to try to run it again and they throw you for a loss again, they got the leverage on you defensively, and they're going to play for the pass on the 3rd down, and Collins is not having a good night.
2nd down, 7 to go, wide outs each way. Split set in the backfield this time, and a bobbled snap from center. Kerry Collins just jumps back on top of it at the 40. So we're following this pattern again with the loss on 2nd down, a loss of 1, and it'll be a 3rd down and 8 to go.
Well, I think Kerry pulled out a little bit. He got to get settled down in there. This is the one thing you worry about with young quarterbacks that haven't played that much. They can have a really good game like he did last week, and then you get erratic. Now, he's not been consistent, and I'll be honest with you, what fantasy it was John Sacker, and that's the quarterback dilemma.
Penn State just 2 of 10 in 3rd down conversions in this game. Collins is straight back. He's looking. He throws one. This one is intercepted as John Holosick picked it off, and he runs it back to the 49 where Archie makes the tackle. The 3rd interception of the game, and Illinois has the ball at their own 49, 1st and 10.
Well, Bill, sometimes we say it's hard to believe, but that ball was supposed to go to Kyle Brady, and Collins just let it go. He had plenty of time. There's no reason to rush it like that, and Brady hadn't even turned around.
It was tipped at the line of scrimmage as well. Mickey Johnson got a hand on it at the line, and Holosick picked it off, and that is the 3rd interception of the game, right?
Yeah. Well, what Kerry has to do is he's got to look at it. There was no need to throw the ball that quickly. Now, if you're getting rushed, okay, but if you got time, sit in your pocket a little bit and try to find out what's going on down in the secondary.
Collins' last 2 passes now have been intercepted by Illinois. We have less than 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and here comes Illinois. 4 wideouts, and Penn State jumping, but they say that the left offensive tackle moved on the play.
It was either Allen or Suarez moved, I believe, on the left side. Yeah.
5-yard penalty goes against the Illini. That'll take it back to the 44-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down and 15. Big defensive series for Penn State here. Illinois trying to get back into the game. It's 28-14. The Nittany Lions lead it.
Well, Bill, they are back into the game because, the way Penn State's offense is playing right now, they're going to have many opportunities to get those touchdowns.
First down for Illinois, 1st and 15. Dulick and Strong split wide to the right side. One back is Ty Dothard. Now Olsen goes in motion from the right side wing, and Johnson is straight back to pass. He's under some pressure. He throws. This one is incomplete. Good coverage on the tight end as Philyabow Cody was over there on Craig Coaster.
That's perfect coverage, Bill. That's a linebacker on a tight end, and what he did, he had a man-to-man, so he tacked the ball in front so he could get his hand, and he didn't come from the outside and allow the guy to use his body and make the catch. That's excellent coverage. Now it's a
second down and 15.
15.
Volker and Klein come into the game, and Coaster goes out, and Olsen. So they will go with 4 wide receivers in this one, and probably the shotgun formation here. See if Penn State puts some pressure on with extra people.
Yeah, if they don't panic and just play the game, the defense is playing okay outside those penalties down there.
Here's the shotgun, and here comes the blitz. Johnson being flushed out of the pocket. He goes down back at the 29-yard line. The blitz was on as Penn State got to it.
That was a delayed blitz by the outside linebacker, Holmberg. We've mentioned before, he's got great speed for a linebacker. He was a wide receiver. And I don't look at the movies after the game. I would venture to say every time Penn State's blitzed Johnson, they've caused a problem. Either rushing the pass or sacking him, and that was a big play.
And that's how the third quarter will end, with a Rob Holmberg sack, and we go into the final 15 with Penn State leading it 28-14. We'll be back right after this on the Penn State Sports Network. Bill Zimfer and George Paterno with you at Beaver Stadium through 3 quarters. Penn State with a 2-touchdown lead, but Illinois with a statistical advantage. 226 total yards for the Illini, 120 rushing, 106 passing. Penn State 154 yards on the ground, but only 22 passing yards in the game for 176 total yards. Kerry Collins, 4 of 15 passing for 22 yards, and he's had 3 balls intercepted. His last 2 pass attempts have been picked off.
Well, in the first half, we were giving him Kerry the benefit of the doubt that the weather was bad and it was raining pretty heavy and the ball was slick. But those last 2 interceptions were just carelessness. He's just not getting in the pocket, looking over the field. And we know Penn State likes to do it the hard way. But here we go again, 3rd and 29. We have not been, you like to be comfortable in that situation, but we've seen them get burned so many times over the middle. They'll try, if they go into the shotgun and we rush 3 people, I will tell you right now, they're going to try to hit a flanker coming from the outside over the middle.
Penn State now lining up with 3 defensive linemen as Tioka Jackson, Lubin Fatty, and Todd Atkins are in the game. They've got 3 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs. So 5 D-backs in the game in this 3rd and long situation, 3rd and 29.
But the last time they did that, they brought Pittman up in the corner and let him come from the outside. Now you can put a cornerback up because of the speed out a little wider, and he can still get to the quarterback. I'm not comfortable when they rush 3 people in these situations, especially if the quarterback can scramble, because when you rush 3 people, there's a lot of lanes that he can turn up into and keep his eye on the field and hit some receiver downfield.
Here we go, 3rd and long, shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers for Illinois. They have to get all the way to the Penn State 41 for a first down.
We're almost in a prevent. There's a 3-man rush.
Here it is, straight 3-man rush, and here comes a screen pass to Dothard. Dothert is at the 35, the 40, and out to the 45. Lee Rubin submarining underneath, and Lou Benfatti trailing to combine on the stop, and still well shy of the first down, and Illinois will have to punt it away. Brett Larson will come on to punt.
But some awfully good play calling by Illinois. Excellent play selection. And they have their punt team out quicker than Penn State had their punt return team.
Bobby Ingram is back deep. Here comes the kick from Larson. Ingram going over to the sideline, but it goes out of bounds. And they mark it out of bounds at the Penn State 28-yard line. Lion offense has it 1st and 10 at their own 28. Critical possession here. The Lions got to get some first down.
Well, there's some boos in the stands, and you can't blame them because they come out and they actually totally dominated the game offensively, Penn State that is. And now they come out, they do not have a first down in the second half, and it's a dire need to get a couple because you're going into the fourth quarter. You want to take some time off the clock, and we're just going 3 downs and out. And this is possibly what might be called playing because you're afraid to lose, and you still got to take some chances.
On first down, Collins going to pass on first down. Rolling to the left side. Now he scrambles it upfield and steps out of bounds for a gain of just a couple to the 30-yard line as Antoine Patton was up there to force him out of bounds. So they pick up a couple of yards on first down. Now, they had been successful running the ball on first down to that point. Now, the key second down play where Penn State has not been able to pick up any yardage on second downs here in the second half.
Not only not pick up, but they've been getting thrown for losses and putting them into a dictating type of a situation for throwing the ball on third down.
Ingram splits left. Freddie Scott to the right side. I formation in the backfield now for Penn State on second down and 8 to go. On second down, the handoff to Stephen Pitts on the counter. He's to the 30. The 35 cuts outside of the 40, and he's bumped out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Robert Crumpton over there to bump him out of bounds, but there comes the cheer for the Penn State first down, their first of the second half.
Well, they went to a counter. At least it was like a counter draw play, and Illinois did expect pass. They ran Pitts to the short side, and it was a successful play for their first down. This is what they have to do. Now, I'd come back and throw the ball. I don't care. You're only up by 2, and you might get yourself go deep though.
1st and 10, Penn State at their own 44. Now, I believe the clock is right now. 14:32 to go in the game. Wideouts each way. I formation in the backfield now with O'Neal and Pitts. Hand off to Stephen Pitts straight up the middle. He is smacked at the line of scrimmage and driven backward. Chad Kofer, the defensive tackle, standing right in the hole waiting for Stephen Pitts. No gain, 2nd and 10.
They're coming with 7 people, coming with all the linebackers. They're playing man-to-man on the 2 wideouts, the cornerbacks that are. And you put Bobby Ingram into these sidelines, and I'm sure you could break something down and across the middle.
2nd down, 10 to go, clock running. Justin Williams splits right, Bobby Ingram to the left side of the field.
The middle's wide open, Bill.
Yep. Collins fakes, looking for the quick slant. Nobody there. Now throws. It's tipped and incomplete. Tipped by the linebacker, Dana Howard. Bobby Ingram trying to come across. Tried to hit him on the quick slant. That was covered. Then he waited and tried to throw it again, but batted away.
Yeah, but did you see how he opened up right after the fake? He should just adjusted to him, took a step to the side and drilled it. That would have been a big play. Well, Bill, was that the middle of the field?
Yeah.
Am I blind? Well, see, once he gets by that corner, that's got a man-to-man. The corner releases him to the safety. The safety's coming over to take his half of the field, and you break it back underneath. If the ball's thrown, he's going to be open. Boy, that's a big play.
Yeah, 27-yard completion from Collins to Ingram, and Penn State has it 1st and 10 at the Illinois 29. O'Neal and Pitts in the backfield. Ingram and Williams, the wide receivers. They split wide left. Collins hands off to Pitts on the counter play again. Hit at the line of scrimmage, but still going. Bouncing off tackles, and he's down to the 26-yard line. Chad Kofer again breaking that play up and making the tackle. Still a gain of 4. Pitts doing a good job to get anything out of that.
Yeah, that was a good run. And now they're mixing them up a little bit. That time, see, that's a counter. The fullback goes one way. That's a lot different when the fullback and the tailback go the same direction because they have a key both on. Sometimes the fullback and the tailback flow and they stunt to that side. So now's a good time to come back with a pass again.
Second tight end comes in. Keith Olsemer into the game. Justin Williams, the lone wideout, splits left as Tyrone Washington and Robert Crumpton follow him out there. High formation in the backfield and the handoff to Stephen Pitts going right this time. He's down to the 22-yard line where he's wrapped up by Mike Russell.
Well, and Joe Paterno's thinking now field goal also.
Yep.
So you get that field goal, then it's 3 scores. And they can't beat you with 2 touchdowns and a 2-pointer.
Third down and 3. Third down, a long 3. The situation for Penn State is they're down to the 22 of Illinois. The Penn State offense finally coming to life here at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Well, they threw the ball over the middle a couple of times, and then they opened it up. They had to.
On third down, wideouts each way, split set in the backfield. Kerry Collins runs the draw play as he hands it off to Brian O'Neill. O'Neill down to the 20 and 19-yard line. Should have enough for the first down as Chad Kofer and Kevin Hardy combined on the tackle, but that's another Penn State first down.
And that's a good call. See, they go to the draw play and they give it to the big back. Remember last week, the couple of key first downs he made by brute strength. Again, he made that on his strength, and it's a good call. It was well executed, and it was a big first down.
Jason Edwards checks into the game for the defense of Illinois. Tim McLeod goes out of there. And Penn State with a 1st and 10 at the Illinois 18. Ingram and Williams split wide left. That's the wide side of the field. O'Neill and Pitts in the I formation. And Kyle Brady back in at tight end. On first down, Kerry Collins with a long count. Here comes the blitz as he hands it off to Pitts, sweeping the short side of the field to the right. He's down to the 18-yard line. That's it. Chad Kofer bumps him out of bounds. Maybe gained a yard on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down and 9.
Bill, they didn't fool Illinois one bit. They switched Brady they had 3 receivers. Brady shifts to the other side. Illinois slants right towards where that big tight end is, and they stuffed it for no gain. They're saying to Penn State, go ahead, throw the ball. They give, really basically letting you say, go ahead, throw the ball. Take a chance.
Brian Milne comes in, and Justin Williams goes out, so we'll see a power formation again as Milne and O'Neill are both in. Milne on the left side wing, O'Neill and Pitts in the I. Ingram, the lone wide out to the left. Robert Crumpton is on him. Now Milne in motion to the right. Here comes that short side pitch again, but Kevin Hardy just knifed in, hit Stephen Pitts for a loss on the play, back to the 20. It'll be a 3rd and 12.
Well, right now, of course, they're thinking of a field goal. I try to get the ball in the end zone right now and take you one shot and then come back, and you got confidence. Obviously, if you're doing this, he's got confidence in his field goal kicker, and he should. We got a good one.
Third down play, Simeon Rice comes into the game, and Todd Leach comes out. Simeon Rice has been silent in this game. LaBarca left, Ingram to the right side. Pitts on the right side wing.
Slot formation.
Collins straight back to pass. He's looking, loops one deep, and Stephen Pitts leaps, but Kevin Hardy had good coverage on him on the sideline. And it'll be a 4th down and a field goal situation for the Nittany Lions.
But not a bad call. At least you're taking a shot at it. They had basically what you want. You had Pitts was in a slot coming out of the backfield up the sidelines. Maybe the ball could have been thrown a little farther with a little bit more air on it. Let your receiver try to get under it, but you still can come back and kick that field goal.
So Craig Fayak will come on to attempt a 37-yard field goal. Fayak 9 out of 16 in field goal attempts this season. Is long of 49. This is a 37-yarder out of the hole to Chip LaBarca from the right hash mark. The snap is down. The field goal attempt is up. Fayak has the distance, and it is no good. Craig Fayak missing it off to the left side as he hooked it to the left, and it remains 28-14 with 10:06 to go in the game. Penn State leads, but Illinois getting the ball back. We'll return after this on the Penn State Sports Network.
catcher up there. That's where he usually stands, I guess.
Yep. Up there with his nasal drip.
10 minutes, 6 seconds to go in this game. Illinois is still alive as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 20. Plenty of time to work with. It's 28-14. Penn State has not scored since the second quarter of the game when Mike Archie ran one in from 8 yards out to make it 28-0. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Penn State Sports Network, a division of the American Network Group. So Illinois' offense will come out. Let's see what they line up in here. They line up with 2 wideouts, 2 tight ends, and Ty Dothard, the lone running back. Their normal running formation here. Look at Penn State's linebackers. Nobody right in the middle there.
Well, they only got that one back, and
now Gelsheiser following the motion man, and here back to pass is Johnson. He's looking, dumps it off on a shorty to the near side to Dothard. He has his legs chopped out from underneath him at the 23-yard line by Brian Miller, and it will be a 2nd down and 6 to go. That was Tony Pittman who came up quickly. It'll be a 2nd and 6 for Illinois.
Again, the clock becomes vital here because of the fact that they need 2 scores. The thing is, Penn State should not forget they've been very successful in blitzing situations. Now, sooner or later, he'll try to get that ball deep, but they pretty much know they have to throw the ball because they need the 2 scores. They can't run too much.
2nd down, 2 wideouts wide to the right side. Dothard, the lone running back again. Penn State is showing blitz, and here they come with it. As Johnson is back to pass, he dumps off on the short one again to Dothard, but Brian Gelsheiser drags him down at the 23-yard line at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a 3rd down and 6 to go for Illinois.
Bill, that was absolutely great defense. They blitzed the outside linebacker. The inside linebacker, Gelsheiser, had the one back coming out of the backfield in case he picked it up. Gelsheiser has become a big-time linebacker. He is a fine linebacker.
There's Brian Gelsheiser last week with the tackles he registered, accumulating the highest number of total tackles in the last several years for Penn State, and he's still going. 3rd down play, 6 to go for Illinois. Shotgun formation, 4 wideouts, and Dothard in motion out of the backfield to the left side. Johnson takes the snap from center. He's
over
back
the middle.
to pass.
There he is.
4-man rush, throws over the middle, complete to Dothard. He's out to the 35 and 37-yard line. Brian Miller makes the tackle, but that's an Illinois 1st down at the 37.
Bill, you could almost see that coming. They put him in motion. He was like static motion, staying in one place. They wanted to get the linebacker out on him. He started out and he broke it back, and he's going to run away from the linebacker. Just a quick throw for the 1st down. Didn't get hurt too much, but yet they maintained possession.
8:29 to go in the game. Penn State leads 28-14. Illinois moving the ball. Dulick to the left, Jasper Strong to the right side. Johnson under center. And on 1st and 10, he's going to put it up again. He's back to pass. He's looking over the middle. Complete to his tight end. The ball is jarred out of there, but it's incomplete. Ken Dilger made the catch, but had the ball blasted out of there. Incomplete. And Dilger is down and slow getting up.
Who made that hit, Bill? I was watching the ball come out of it. That was a bang-bang play. I don't think it was a bad call. I mean, the hit came just as he was trying to take possession.
Who else?
That's
Brian Gelsheiser.
Because, secondary people usually don't hit that hard. I just said he's getting to be a great linebacker, and he proved the point there. Big hit. You know what he does? He's like a little bit like Shane Conlon used to be. He's starting to make big plays when they have to. He's starting to take charge.
2nd down and 10. Illinois at their own 37-yard line. Both wideouts wide to the left. That's the wide side of the field. And now the tight end Olsen goes out to the right side. Johnson is back to pass. He's looking. Lots of time. Now scrambling out to the right side. Throws downfield. And Dulick comes up with the ball at the 46-yard line. That'll be close to the 1st down. Dulick with a nice catch as he went down to the turf to make the grab.
Well, give all the credit to Dulick because there was nothing there. He scrambled to the right. Dulick came back to the ball like a good receiver should and made a diving catch. Managed to get his hands under it. From up here you really couldn't tell, but it's 3rd and 1.
3rd down, very short yardage.
You can't stop those kind of plays.
Yep, Penn State had 3 men right around the ball. Wideouts each way, one running back, Dothard. Third down, less than a yard. Here's the quarterback sneak again, and it looks like Johnson picked it up on that quarterback sneak. He's done that several times on short yardage situations. But the clock beginning to become a factor here with 7:23 to go in the game, and Illinois with a 1st and 10 at their own 47.
And that has to do with some of the defensive thinking about Penn State. We don't stack it up too tough on short yardage on quarterback sneaks because it's not a goal line situation. You're up by 2. All right, he makes the first down. They still got to go 40-something yards, 50-something yards, to get a touchdown. They have to get touchdowns. Field goals are not going to help Illinois at this juncture in the game.
1st down and 10 for the Illini.
Now those cornerbacks better be careful. Don't get careless.
Both wideouts wide to the left side. Johnson is under center on this 1st down play. Again, Olsen goes out to the right at the last second. Back to pass, and here comes the screen to the tight end, Dilger. He's at the 50 and down to the Penn State 47-yard line. Submarined at the 49-yard line. And a gain of about 6 on the play. It'll be a 2nd down. Mark Tate was up there to take his legs out.
Bill, Illinois uses some pretty cute stuff you don't see too often. They have an H-back in there. Now, our cornerback comes up tight because it looks like a running situation. They put him in motion to the sidelines, gets the cornerback off. Then they screen to the other tight end underneath. It's a nice little play, but when you need touchdowns, you don't have too much time. It's really not that dangerous to play against the defense.
2nd down at 4. Strong to the left, Dulick to the right side. 2 tight ends, and the handoff to Dothard. He cuts it straight up the middle, gets across the 45 and down to the 44-yard line. Gelsheiser again in on the tackle for the Penn State defense. It'll be a 3rd down and 2 to go for the 1st down for Illinois. 6:05 to go on the game.
So that time I second-guess Illinois' play selection on that because you're going to pass. You got to get a score pretty soon. 2nd down's better. Penn State has a little leverage. It's 3rd and 2. And of course, when you're behind by 2, you can either take a chance of passing and running, but Penn State has a little bit more leverage now.
Damian Platt comes into the game. He and Dothard line up in the backfield in a split set. 2 wideouts wide to the left side. 3rd down and short. Now Jason Dulick goes in motion to the right for Illinois. Back to pass is Johnson on play action. He's under pressure. Tioka Jackson misses him. He's looking. Loops one downfield, complete to Dothard at the 30. He's to the Penn State 25 and dumped there as Derek Bana and Brian Miller dropped him. But a 1st down Illinois. They are still moving. They're down to the Penn State 26.
Well, what happened that time, again, we know he can scramble. Tioka Jackson jumped. He got out of the pocket. And Dothard, who's the tailback in a slot, he came across one of the linebackers, let him go. And Johnson does it. He's better throwing like that on the run than he is from the pocket, and they get the 1st down.
1st and 10 Illinois at the Penn State 25. 5:24 to go in the game. 28-14 Penn State leads. Back to pass is Johnson. He's looking. Now fires one deep into the end zone. It's Dilger. Out of bounds. Looked like he might have made the catch, but incomplete.
No, Pittman closed. I think it's Pittman.
Miller was over there.
Yep. Miller, number 34, not 24. He looked like he had position, and Miller come up from the inside. But see, that's what they're going to do. They're going to go deep. It's a good call offensively. Remember, Greg Landry had 10, 12 years in the NFL. He's play selection and play calling. He's pretty familiar with it. That was a great call, but it was well covered.
2nd down and 10 as they took the shot into the end zone on that play.
And Penn State has gotten away from the blitz now.
Strong left, Dulick to the right side, 2 tight ends. Platt is the lone running back now behind Johnson. On 2nd down, here comes the blitz as Johnson is back to pass. He pumps now, flushed out to the left side. He's on his horse trying to get away. He's taken down at the 33-yard line. Brian Gelsheiser got it.
Yes, sir. But Penn State and Holmberg, again, he's playing better than he had played previously against the run. When he blitzes, he comes too shallow. What I mean by that, he gets caught a little to the inside where a good scrambling quarterback's going to get outside of his outside shoulder. That happened. Gelsheiser covered for him and made the play. When you blitz from the outside, you got to keep that quarterback to your inside. I think you just looked at a replay which vividly demonstrated what I was talking about.
Yep. Third down play, 18 to go. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers for Illinois. Here's the snap, the blitz again. Johnson is back, he's sacked again. Lou Benfatti, the first man there. Rob Holmberg shortly thereafter. They get him at the 40-yard line.
All right, now you've put Illinois into a terrible offensive situation. You know, they don't want to give up the football. They need 2 touchdowns here. They have to go for it. But now you got them because you blitzed them twice in a row, broke down all the cohesion and precision of a passing game or play action. Now you know they got to go 4th and 24, and they have to go 24 for a first down, and let's see, about 34 for a touchdown.
They have to get down to the 15-yard line for a first down. Shotgun again. Johnson is back.
Rush.
Here's the 3-man rush and the throw to the near sideline. It's complete to Jasper Strong, who just goes out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Of course, Penn State will take over there. Boy, that was strange.
Yeah, it will, because actually, Bill, was a 2-man rush.
Yeah.
Benfatti dropped off from the center over the center into coverage, and he just, for some reason, threw it. He could have scrambled up to the inside, which I was terrified he was going to do, because that's when he hurts us, but he made a bad selection.
Yeah,
they're only kids out there.
And then Jasper Strong caught the ball and stepped out of bounds. Well, it's Penn State ball, and the Nittany Lions will have it 1st and 10 at their own 27, and we'll be back right after this on the Penn State Sports Network.
That's what we always call him. Brett Musburger. He's a muff diver from way back. We got you, buddy. Good pitcher, George. Did he?
Well, Penn State will have it 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line with 3 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the game. Penn State and Illinois each with 3 timeouts remaining, so Illinois will have to use timeouts to stop the clock here as they turn it over on downs to Penn State. So the Lions here would like to get a few first downs back-to-back and eat some time off the clock. Mike Archie back into the game now, a tailback. Stephen Pitts had gotten a run at tailback for the last couple of series. And Archie, of course, over 100 yards on the day. Kijana Carter went out of the game early as he was shaken up, and Archie really came on. Mike Archie now 126 yards on 26 carries for the game. But most of that coming in the first half of the game.
Well, one thing you can say about it, Penn State didn't show anything, for the second half for the opponent next week. And possibly that had a little something to do with their play selection and the plays they ran. You're up, by 3 touchdowns.
Wide receivers split each way. Split set in the backfield now. On first down, the handoff goes to Brian O'Neill. Off tackle to the left. Squeaks through the line and gets out to the 32 or 33-yard line. The market at the 32. And it'll be a 2nd down and 5 to go. John Holisick, the inside linebacker, made the stop. And we've got a timeout signaled by the Illini as they will stop the clock with 3:34 to go in the game. So they will talk things over as the entire defensive unit comes over to the sideline to talk to Denny Marson, their defensive coordinator, and Lou Tepper, the head coach. 28-14, Penn State leads it, and we'll return right after this word on the Penn State Sports Network. Penn State has a second down and 5 to go as we return from the timeout. 3 minutes, 34 seconds to go in the game, and really the second half of this game, George, has been basically dry. I don't think we've had much precipitation in the second half, but unfortunately the Penn State offense dried up too in the second half.
Yeah, well, as I said, partially because they had a lead. That's their style and things like that. But they certainly had an exciting first half, and the game went from a lot of sparkling brilliance in the first half to kind of a dull second half, but the time went a little fast in the second half.
Yep. Second down play. Penn State back up to the ball now. They line up with 2 tight ends now. Keith Olsemer, the second tight end into the game. O'Neal and Archie in the I formation. Justin Williams, the lone wideout now, in motion from right to left. The handoff to O'Neal, takes it up the middle, hit right away by Tyrone Washington, the safety who was playing right up at the line of scrimmage, but he still picks up another 3.5 yards. It'll be a third down and a long yard to go now for Penn State. Illinois signals for another timeout. They use their second, so they have 1 left with 3:27 to go. So Penn State, if they pick up a first down here, can really run some time off of the clock in their next series of down. Don't forget, following this game, just like every game, George and I will be selecting the PNC Bank Performance Player of the Game. That award going to the outstanding Penn State player of each game. PNC Bank, where performance counts. That coming up after the game in Nittany Lion wrap-up, so hang around for that. A lot of fans staying on till the end here. I don't think many people left in the second half. Most of the people who departed left right at halftime.
You know, when they left, the rain stopped, and the game got a little bit more interesting as far as competitiveness. But
Penn State came out in the first half of the game just chewing up yardage on the ground like crazy, and some turnovers helping their cause. A fake punt. Boy, how big is that fake punt now, George?
Well, you know, looms very big because, you know, they went down by 1 touchdown going into the fourth quarter. You know, it changes the whole approach to your offensive play selection and so forth. But, you know, I was surprised. That was a real gamble that early in the game. When you're in on your own, what was it, the 47 or?
Well, around their own 40.
40.
Yeah. And that was their first punting situation of the game. At their own 40, they tried to pass, and it was incomplete. Penn State took it right in for the touchdown after that. Third down play, long yard for Penn State. They have everybody in tight. Brian Milne on the left side wing. He goes in motion to the right side. The pitch back to Mike Archie, off tackle to the right. Flag down as Archie dives ahead. That's in holding territory, and I don't know if Archie got it anyway.
But I tell you, I saw something. This Milne can be a force eventually. They blitzed the outside linebacker, and he went head-to-head with him and just decleated him. You know, he's so big and quick.
Holding is the call against Penn State. But again, I don't know if Archie got it. So they might be able to decline it and force a fourth down, or else push Penn State back.
Well, they should make sure that whether Penn State got it or didn't get it.
Well, I don't think they're even.
Well, they came over to the bench and they.
Well, now they're going to measure. Okay, see. And now they're going to make sure. Yeah, look where the ball is.
I don't think he made it either.
He didn't make it. So if Illinois does not take the penalty, it will be a fourth down for Penn State. They'll have to punt it away. 3 minutes, 23 seconds to go in the game. If they would take the penalty, it would drive Penn State back 10 yards. They bring the chains all the way across the field and stretch it out. And
well, they might take the penalty.
Short.
Presuming that Penn State wouldn't dare throw the ball with a 2-touchdown lead, and take that chance, and probably would. Well, you never know. They could run a draw play or something else, or a high percentage screen type of a thing, and make the first down. I'd make them kick the ball. But I would have punted too in the first half.
Penn State comes up about a half a yard short of the first down. The holding penalty against the Nittany Lions is declined.
Yeah, sure,
so fourth down, and Penn State will have to punt it away. That means V.J. Masillo will come on. He's done a nice job kicking the ball in this game.
You think they'll try to block it, Bill? Now that's why they're bringing the team over. See, that's smart.
Yeah.
They call a timeout, I believe, on that. All right, they got that punt block team on the field and saying, look, make sure you count off who you got. No mistakes.
Gary Volker drops deep for Illinois, back at his own 29. V.J. Masillo will let this one go from his own 24-yard line. And Brad Pantal, the snapper, will get it back there. There is the snap. Masillo takes it. The rush is on. I think it was partially blocked, but it goes downfield and takes a nice Penn State roll all the way down to the 32-yard line of Illinois. So, well, they escaped with one there as Illinois got a deflection of the punt, but it went downfield for pretty good yardage, and Illinois 1st and 10 at their own 31.
Definitely a tip ball, Bill, and Penn State was fortunate because they got a nice roll out of it, and probably he would not have kicked it much farther than that anyhow.
Scott Turner was the one who got a fingertip on that ball as Masillo punted it away, and 1st and 10 for Illinois at their own 31-yard line. Illinois coming out of the huddle, and they go right back into the huddle as the officials send them in. We've got a break in the action here with Penn State leading at 28-14, and we'll return after this on the Penn State Sports Network.
Yeah.
Well, we return from the timeout. Illinois with a 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line, and they go right to the shotgun formation. Johnny Johnson 5 yards back of the center with 4 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 2 to the left side. 2:49 to go in the game. Penn State up by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. Illinois trying to make a late rally. And if there's one team that might have confidence that they can make a late rally, it is Illinois. All set to go now. The Illinois offense up to the ball. There's a snap. Johnson is back. He's under pressure again, being flushed out to the left side. He's looking downfield, dumps it downfield, and it's incomplete. Just threw that one away as he was being pursued out of bounds again. Lou Benfatti was right on top of him as he went out of bounds. 2nd down and 10 to go with 2:42 to go on the game.
Well, that's a little bit of a strategy. That's why when Benfatti's around the ball when he scrambles, they put the rush from the outside, and they figure if he scrambles outside, Lou starts in the rush, and if he doesn't get in right away, he falls off, and then he kind of mirrors the quarterback.
Johnson 21 of 37 throwing the ball for 185 yards in the game, and a touchdown. Here's the shotgun again. He's back to pass. He throws. This one incomplete. A sliding try made by Jim Klein at the 38-yard line, but he couldn't come up with it. It'll be a 3rd down and 10 to go.
A good 4-man rush by the Penn State down lineman. You know, they're putting a nickel in now. Stewart has played a lot in this game.
Yep.
I don't know if Claire's banged up or what, but and he's played well.
They go with 3 down linemen now. Tioka Jackson, Lou Benfatti, and Todd Atkins. 3 linebackers and the 5 defensive backs. 3rd down and 10 to go. The shotgun formation again. Johnson is back to pass. He's looking. He fires. This one is complete. Down to the Penn State 45 and 42. Jason Dulick is down in Penn State territory after making that grab. Shelly Hammonds made the tackle in the secondary, but Illinois still alive. 2.5 minutes to go in the game. They have a 1st down.
Big time throw, but again, over the middle. They took Dulick, broke him down in the inside, and no pressure, and Johnson, you let him throw the ball, he's going to hurt you.
Here's the shotgun again and a 4-man rush. Pocket collapsing, and Todd Atkins gets to Johnson at the 47-yard line. Another sack for Penn State, and Todd Atkins registers the sack for a loss of 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, again, Todd, since he got in for Eric Ravati last week, Todd Atkins has played very well.
He has shown, given indications, George, that he can be a real good pass rusher.
Oh yeah, he is a good. I think he's one right now. You know, he uses his hands. You know, from what I've seen, very well. He keeps those hands out in front of him, and he must be very strong.
He's from Newcastle, Pennsylvania, 6'3", 244-pound junior. Illinois uses their last time out here with 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the game, and they will have a second down and 15 to go after that sack by Todd Atkins at his first of the game. And Illinois really has had the decided advantage statistically in this game. They led in yardage in the first half of the game, and they have outgained Penn State in the second half of this game, but turnovers have been costly for the Illini. They had a couple of fumbles that led to touchdowns by Penn State in the first half of the game. That fake punt that didn't work that Penn State took in for a touchdown after that. And a special teams breakdown when Bobby Engram had a 45-yard punt return to get Penn State deep into Illinois territory. That's setting up another Penn State touchdown. Second down and 15 for the Illini. Shotgun and 4 wide receivers again. A 4-man front for Penn State. Here's the snap. Johnson is back, has some time. He's looking now, scrambling out to the left side. He's looking, unloads one deep downfield into the end zone. Battle for the ball, and it's incomplete. Lee Rubin and Marlon Forbes were down there. Jasper Strong was the intended receiver, and it'll be a 3rd and 15.
Well, they got him on a run again. That time going to his left. He's not near as effective scrambling to his left as he is to his right. But you almost could feel when he throws that ball up, up for grabs, he expects somebody to come down with the big play.
Boy, that ball too. That ball hit Jasper Strong right in the chest.
Yeah, it was bouncing around out there.
Lee Rubin was on the coverage, and Marlon Forbes around him.
Yeah, you tell defensive backs, hit it to the ground, bang it to the ground. Just don't try to get your hands on it. Try to push it down to the ground.
3rd down and 15 now. Same setup again in the shotgun formation. Penn State with a 4-man rush again. Here he is back to pass. The pressure's on again. He scrambles out to the left side under pressure. They can't get him. Johnson still running at the 40, and he's blasted out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Vin Stewart and Tyoka Jackson got him out of bounds.
Well, I'll tell you, we were talking about Atkins before. He just made a superior defensive play. He spun out. In other words, he's trying to scramble to his left. He did a reverse pivot, and he caught up to Johnson, had his jersey, and slowed him up enough for the other guys to come over and put him away.
Johnson went sliding into the sideline, and it looks like he had a mud bath. He comes out of there and is completely coated with mud, because on the sideline there where all the players are is a mud bath. 4th down and 23 to go now, and Illinois will try for the last prayer here.
Yeah. Fat lady's getting off a chair right now.
1 minute, 57 seconds to go in the game. Illinois with no timeouts remaining, and they have a 4th down and 23. 3-man front for Penn State now, and they'll drop everybody else back. Shotgun formation, 3-man rush. Johnson is back. He's looking. He just unloads one and throws as far as he can into the end zone. It is intercepted in the end zone by Mark Tate.
Well, as we say, that was the Hail Mary. They knew. See, if it was 1 touchdown to catch up, it might have been a little different.
Yeah.
But I had to get 2, and of course that was tremendous pressure. So even though the second half, as far as a Penn State fan is concerned, wasn't that exciting or spectacular, after the 3rd quarter, they settled down and played a pretty good, solid defensive football game.
Johnny Johnson, I'll tell you, he looks like he has been in a war. He has taken some hits today. He's been sliding in the mud. He's been running around and threw an interception there.
The way Penn State has played the last 2 weeks against some pretty good teams, now you really feel badly that how they let the Michigan team game slip away, because now we're ahead of Illinois technically, who was number 2 in the conference.
1st down for Penn State, and the handoff to Mike Archie, sweeping the left side. He just cuts it up and dives down to the 25-yard line for a gain of about 5 on the play, and the clock will just run now because Illinois can't stop it. No timeouts remaining, and Penn State will just continue to run the ball and let that clock run.
And let's give a cheer for the fans that stay for the whole game. Now, they're real fans,
The stalwarts remain throughout the game and were vocal in the second half, cheering on Penn State. Mike Archie in this game, 132 yards now. He's been busy with 28 carries in the game. Second down play, 5 to go for Penn State. two tight ends in the game. Here's the handoff to Archie again. He goes up the middle and is hit at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, maybe a loss of a half a yard on the play. And it'll be a 3rd down and 6 to go, under a minute to go in the game now. Penn State will have to run one more play, and then we can call this one quits.
Bill, let me ask you a question. I don't think Rivera has played in
I thought he started the game.
No, I mean in the second half.
No,
Or since he went out.
No.
I have not seen him in there. He must have got banged up, and they don't want to take any chances.
Yeah, Dale Harvey has gone all the way in the second half of the game.
Well, you take one guy out of that when you got a machine running real well, and Harvey hasn't not played that much, and maybe it causes some breakdowns.
Here goes Penn State again on the 3rd down play. They will not get enough for the 1st down, but doesn't matter because that'll be the final play of the game. The Penn State Nittany Lions notch their 2nd straight victory over a Big Ten opponent, and again they score considerable points against a tough defense. They beat Illinois 28-14, all 28 of those points coming in the first half of the game, and the Nittany Lions hold on for a 2-touchdown victory. Time has expired here at Beaver Stadium. The Lions improved their record to 7-2. Still 2 losses in the Big Ten, but a big victory over Illinois today. Illinois, meanwhile, their 2nd Big Ten loss of the season, and this is a big defeat for Illinois, George.
Really it is. I was just, I don't know, you can